And we're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the mutants and meta-humans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. It is time for the most spoilerific show on YouTube. If you have any requests for any topic, leave a comment down below. What up with your YouTube and YouTube bust? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And you're tuning in to the Rock Vibration Podcast, where we talk about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, video games, TV shows, and more. Welcome to our humble abode. Let's go. First up, we we got somebody like I went from not remember since it being so long to he being on so much to I don't even know if he is he almost becoming a normie now. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he still get the first introduction going through him. So Punisher man, what's good with you, man? Introduce yourself and let them know they can find you at.
Hey, what's good, people? Y'all can find me, you on Twitter, Xbox Live, PlayStation. It's all good.
We're gonna be diving into that PS5 talk. So you know what I'm saying, people, if y'all interested into video games and what's going on, that this and comic books is so intertwined, it goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. It's like eating peanut butter in a jelly sandwich without bread. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and run to the host. They know how to flip the bread, flip the money, flip everything, flip the house, flip the cars, and he flips everything that goes in GTA 5. Man, was good with it, flip money.
Yo, what's going on? It's good.
Man, they know they can find you in because they where they can find you in. That's where they can find you. But hey, wasn't that so unprofessional? My bad.
Don't
But
worry
yeah.
about it.
But what's good with it, flip money? What else they can find you at? I know that you be watching out for your trollers and stuff.
Hey man, they know where I can get me at here. They can find me here. They can find me on Xbox Live. They can find me on Twitter. I'm saying, you know what I do.
Yeah, flip money online even when he ain't online, when he offline. He still on.
Yep.
Flip for the win. Yeah, that's we gonna have our 10 different flips going around so the trolls can't figure out which flip is the flip. That's what's up. That's what's up. So next up, y'all, man, everybody better get they pieces that they put in their eardrums to keep from busting, because when he hit the record scale, it goes at 1,000. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta bring the chaos in. Man, what's good with the chaos, man? Introduce yourself and let them know they can find you at.
God! You know how we do. Uh, let's bring the hype in. We got some good topics for y'all today. So you guys gonna have a good show. Just know that.
Yeah, where they can find you at.
Man, you can find me on Twitter, VKS Guy V. I do have an Instagram, but that's really not like a real thing. I really only use it to talk to a few folks. But so I ain't gonna bother giving that out. But yeah, if you wanna, hit me up, ask me a question, see what game I got or something, hit me up on Twitter. I'm scared to talk to you guys on Xbox. You guys gonna have to go through a Twitter trial.
Twitter trial period, huh? Like that's a
Yep.
nigga tongue twister. But yeah, through all that, I don't really be giving mine. So if everybody don't know, on Twitter, it's not just Triple Cup Chuck, or you got to go XXX Cup Chuck, because you Triple Cup Chuck. I don't know why I did it that way, but everything else since then has been uniform. And I'm gonna try to change that, but you still can find it under Triple Cup Chuck. But with that being said, y'all ready to hop into the straight up stuff that we got going on? Because
Yeah.
I know they got some people that's salty right now. They got some people that's disappointed. They got some people that's happy. They got some people that's furious. They even have some people that's sad at this moment. So I want to know about y'all personal opinions about the unveiling of the PlayStation 5. I mean, they held out for showing us for months because everybody's seen what the controller looked like. We even seen what the Xbox Series X controller looked like, and we seen what the Xbox Series X actually console looked like. But we took all this time for us to be blessed with the glory, with the beauty of the PlayStation 5 and all of its 4K ability that's gonna be happening on next generation. So I want to know, was you impressed or unimpressed? Matter of fact, I want to start this thing out with Flip, man. I want to see which side of you flipping on.
Nah, man, come on. Of course I wasn't. All that shit that they talk about, when they something up there talking about, oh, Xbox have cartoon graphics, Xbox Jones gonna look like this. Nobody care about cartoon graphics. 90% of the goddamn game they showed was goddamn cartoon graphics. So I don't want to hear that now. Where y'all at now? They on Twitter. You know what I call the PlayStation 5? I call it the new Netgear, the new Geico Netgear router. Cause that's what it looked like. It looked like a router. Like, stop it. This what we was waiting for. So all that jumping jack for Jesus talking about we got cartoon looking games. What do they got?
Ain't it? Though, but the design, it might be designed that way so it could be aerodynamic for the cooling system.
Yeah, what shit? For all that, they might as well just ask Microsoft, can they get that cooling system for the fucking Xbox X? No, yeah, for the X. They might as well just did that.
The more with the liquid cooling. That's what the X got in there, that liquid cooling.
Yeah, well, they should have asked for that. They could have got that for Microsoft. They got everything else from them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. I mean, even the look of the 360.
Yup, they stole the 360. I like, wait a minute. Why that look like a 360? That's the first thing pop in my head. I say this thing look like a 360. Like, what are we doing here? So we just gonna act. So no one ain't gonna step up and say it. No one gonna step up and say this thing look like a 360. Nobody.
I got the $1 million or the elephant in the room about the PlayStation 5. Ain't nobody asked, or at least I haven't seen yet. But hopefully I don't forget. I'll ask it later on. So say Punisher, you feel the same way like I feel like you was unimpressed about the reveal of the PlayStation after waiting all this time. What this weekend would have been Comic-Con, huh?
I think it was. I'm not sure, but yeah, I agree with Flip though. Man, before all this happened, I was a little hyped, just a little bit. Like, I had to keep my expectation in check, which I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
As far as the look of the console, it looked all right, but the way Sony was hiding it, I thought it was going to look way better than that. I thought they were going to drop a bombshell,
I mean, when it was doing
they did drop a bomb.
You see how they were showing the music and how they was going through all the designs, and they were showing you the beautiful curves and the way they orchestrated the design of the PlayStation, the core side with the controller. You wasn't impressed?
Not at all. When they zoomed out, they showed that picture, when they showed all the little grooves and stuff going through it, the first thing that came to my mind was like, they just added more grooves to try to dig dust out of now. They added more stuff to clean.
I ain't think about it in that fashion. It's white too.
And then you're so dusty, you have to get all kind of Q-tips and shit to clean that thing up. And the way it's so compact, I am curious about that cooling system though. Like, how are they going to keep that, keep it cool in such a compact box? So that's going to be interesting. Also, they didn't really touch on much else. Like, everybody want to know, when they show the games, which I wasn't really impressed with that either. They show all these cartooning games, like Flip said. Most of them didn't really have gameplay, which is the same thing they bashed Microsoft for. And they didn't talk about the key characteristics that they claim is supposed to set the PS5 apart from the Series X, especially the SSD. They didn't mention that at all. So I am curious as to what they're gonna do with that.
Right. I mean, but that's something peculiar for those notes to not really be addressed. And one of the biggest things that I was thinking about that I haven't seen was, you have to have this console standing up like that.
Nah, you can lay it flat.
I think you can lay it down. Yeah,
you can lay it down flat. Well,
man,
what they show us.
No, look at it.
The way it's
no,
designed, I don't know if I
yeah,
can get
the
that
front and the
deal.
bottom.
Well, the question is, will the one without no disk drive be able to lay down flat? I said what I say is I said Sony think they slick. What they did was they took one of their buildings in Japan and they made a design out of the PlayStation 5. That's what it looked like. It looked like one of their buildings in Japan, yo.
Like it's a Japanese building. Though.
She is a Japanese building. That's what they did. How you gonna try to think? You think you slick, huh, Sony? Like I want to you.
I mean, it do have an Asian look to it. Like it almost have. You ever Asian or matter of fact, on Rick and Morty, they got a spin-off show about these aliens that crash landed on Earth. They have this one alien. He wear this suit that kind of resembles the PlayStation 5, the way the corners of it stick up, and the way he always just walks around and shooting like this is the type of wear that you're supposed to wear. And they make memes and jokes about it. But if you see that and you compare it to the design, how the PlayStation 5 look, it got the same little slit of the way his alien clothes was. And I'm guessing they could have took some inspiration off that. They took some inspiration off of some Stormtroopers. They took inspiration off of Endgame when they was wearing their white suits. I mean, if you notice, they taking bits and pieces out of all of the popular things that's going on right now in a generation when it comes to like fandom and stuff like that and co-followers, because there's no movie that's out there to this day that's bigger than Avengers Endgame, hands down the biggest movie of all time. So why not try to capitalize on the same look? So when you see the PlayStation 5, you're gonna need to see Star Wars, or you're gonna see like the Marvel game. And if I'm not mistaken, Sony got the marketing rights for the Avengers game, right?
I don't know.
I mean, because every time they show the footage of the Avengers game, it's always been on a PlayStation controller, because they'll show square and circle when they ask you to push a button and they show the button up there. It's always a PlayStation button, or it'd be the right bumper, and you know how the PlayStation is R1 instead of right bumper, whatever like that. So when I was seeing it, I was like, okay, this must be sponsored by Sony. So if Sony sponsored this Avenger game and then the PlayStation 5 come out, roughly around the same time period, they have a custom console, because that's custom console of the Avengers game that looks, because of the design of that PlayStation 5. I'm looking at the base model looks stupid, but when you see it, you see a Stormtrooper. So think about it. If Sony was smart with a custom console, they can make an extra Stormtrooper PlayStation 5. So it's an ugly, but I see so much potential in it, me personally. So Chaos, it look like you back. You feel like Punisher and Flip when it comes to the PlayStation 5, that it was a piece of hot trash that they revealed, or you think that it was decent, or you was more excited and said that you loved the way it looked?
I think what it did, it did enough to keep its casual fans. The more casual fans, I feel like that's what it's satisfied for. So they'd be like, "Oh, I want to go to Xbox." I'm not sure what the hell that was, but it to the hardcores, yeah, that was garbage. It was like what, one or two games that people I could see go like, oh my gosh, like that game is good. Me personally, nah. I mean, I personally want to try Horizon Zero Dawn, but I haven't really played it. So the second one, it's like, if I play the first one and it's trash, what will make me want to play the second one? You know what I'm saying? So it's it was a lot to be desired by the end of that. Actually, that's what I can say.
I'm just saying, while on Twitter, somebody got a note binder book and put the PlayStation 2 between it.
Man, I seen one that taped their taped two pieces of paper napkin on each side of the router.
He about did that. I see he about doing that. I'm like, hold on, what are we doing here? Like, why does it look like that?
What's wrong with these people?
Put them on the side.
I told you what I would do with the PlayStation. I mean, to change the color. I already said that shit.
Hey, you see the one with the taco?
Yeah, I seen that one. Did you see the one with the dude with the jacket on? Tim Dog tweeted out is the dude he got on. They put his arms and stuff and his head on top of it. They made it look like it's a jacket. Yo, I'm done. I'm done. Yo, I'm done. They put this boy in it, and it looked like the top of the PlayStation, like with like it looked like a V collar, a V neck collar. Like yo,
like
they bugging out.
Yeah. What's his name? Kaiba, whatever his name.
How you think it's gonna be bigger than the Xbox Series X, or you think it's gonna be smaller?
Actually, I was looking on Twitter. They're doing
they
like size
I don't know.
pictures, and they're trying to figure out the size.
It might be the same. If it ain't the same size, it's a little taller. Probably a little taller than the PlayStation.
Okay,
I mean, a little taller than the Xbox.
Hey, so with the PlayStation 5 coming out with not just one but two with the disc and the discless normally be what $50 cheaper than the one with the disc drive, right? So with these two telltale signs that they bringing out these two separate same console but two separate screws of it, do this kind of indicate to a price point to y'all? Like, do this say screaming at 500, 400, or do y'all think they're gonna? With some people scream like they sound like a milk to me with the big 600. You know, the dead on arrival number 600.
I don't know. I'm looking at the Pope wearing it on top of his head, so I don't know, man. It might be. Some people, there's a bunch of numbers thrown out there, man. Some people saying that the digital one is gonna be, 500, and the one with the disc is going to be 6. So I don't know. Well, only one thing I do know, they did make both. They did make both models, so one could be cheaper than the other one. So we're going to stand that. I don't know.
Yes, I saw one that was $399 and one that was $499. So we really don't know. But they really holding out and see what Microsoft gonna do. That's for sure.
If I was Microsoft, what I would do is, if I was Microsoft, I'll just go ahead and target that joint at I'll just go ahead and be a dick, like fuck this. Here we go, bam. Xbox Series X, $399. I mean, either or, Microsoft still got it. Because if you looking at it like this, okay, if they do $4.99 or $3.99, you still getting more for your bucks, because you got the most powerful console that's cheap. That's cheaper than the less powerful console. So I don't know. I would just do what they did in the 360 era, because the 360 was what I think they spent close to $600 per console to make, and they sold it at what $399, $400. So I would do that again. They got the money. They got the money and the revenue showing that they can afford it. So I would do that.
I mean, but to me, if you're gonna go for with $400, I've been going with this theory. If they was gonna go 500, they'll go ahead and announce it now. But if they want to go 400, they have to wait till after Sony announce, because you can't say 400 then Sony come out and say 500. Sony, I mean, I know they're gonna have to, the whole thing with Sony. If Microsoft say 400 now, Sony would have to find a way to get their price down to 400 or do something, some type of trickery. But if Microsoft wait to do and come out after Sony say 500, and we got the disc for 450 and the one with the disc for 500, then Microsoft said we get the Xbox Series S for 400. Then it'll make more sense to say it like that instead of saying that and instead of coming out first. So I think Flip, by you saying that, I really think that it have a lot of merit behind it, simply by the fact of that could be a strategy of why they haven't released the price yet. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. Only time will tell.
Hey, you wasn't a fan of Hitman?
Huh?
You're not a fan of Hitman?
What, Hitman? Yeah, I'm a fan of Hitman. I mean, Hitman is Hitman. Phil, listen here. Phil and what's my man name? Phil and what's the other guy name? The chubby guy.
And Greenberg.
And Greenberg had tweeted out, okay, that they got, some of the games that you see on PlayStation that you see on the event, they said we're gonna have them same game, but it's gonna be on the most powerful console. I said, yo, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's I'm sorry, man. I'm laughing at these tweets.
Sony would do the same thing if it was the other way
I
around.
know, but I'm like, damn, that's fucked up, yo.
Hey, Chaos, you said your price point?
I ain't saying nothing.
Because I see
Chaos, wake up. Wake up.
Yeah.
Eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That what you over there doing?
What happened? I was touching the peanut butter off my finger.
With the price point, that don't sound good, dog. That don't sound good. That don't sound good. That don't sound right at all. I don't know what's going. We're gonna act like we hear what you said. We're gonna act like we hear that. Nobody out there is gonna hear that. We're gonna, matter of fact, we're gonna bleep that part out. When it's over, we're gonna bleep that part out.
Hey, go ahead and edit that out.
Yeah, they're gonna hear a police silence and out. So they're gonna say, we're gonna bleep that out. They were like, man, I wonder what they bleeped out. Should have been live. Yeah. But now, before we get to games, what you think about with the PlayStation and the Xbox coming out with the with a price? I mean, not the Xbox, with the PlayStation coming out with the two screws, the one with the disc and without the disc. Is that a telltale sign for you for a price point? And what price point did you think they're gonna go with?
600 and 500. Nah. I say like somewhere between 500 to 600 with the the one with the CD drive.
Yeah.
And the digital one is going to be somewhere between 300 and 400.
You think about 300?
I said between 300 and 400. It's definitely not going to be 300.
No, he said like if it's what you talking about, like $399 and $499. That's what you're saying, or you trying to say $299 and $399? What you mean?
Yeah, he talking about in between $300 and $400, so it could be $301 to $300.
All right. Since you want to be Mr. Technical Pants, I will say $350 to $400 for the digital one.
Okay. I give it another 50 on the add of that one. I say from 400 to 450. It's gonna be either 400 or that 450.
But it's smart. It's smart what they did though. I ain't gonna lie. It's real smart.
Do too?
Yep. Discless and non-discless.
Yeah. That is smart. They keep the price down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all remember when Xbox? When the Xbox came out with the Xbox S discless, and everybody like, oh, nobody gonna come out with Xbox. People gonna get confused, and they're gonna buy this game for their people and bring it to the house and buy games for it, and you can't use games. And then you look on the console and it say diskless, like no disc drive. But now Sony coming out with two of them, one with the disc and one without the disc. Now it's genius. I mean, is that the same the feedback that y'all getting to with this? Because I remember when the Xbox did a diskless and everybody hated on it. So why would it be different now by them dropping two at the exact same time? Or you feel it? Matter of fact, punish it. I want to hear from you because I ain't really hear about your console tip of this here. So what you think about with the Xbox X? What it was, the Xbox S diskless? The backlash that they was getting compared to the genius move that Sony PlayStation 5 at the same time with the Sony PlayStation 5 diskless coming out. You think it's genius, or you think that people overthrow the Xbox when they came out with the Series S, the Xbox S? Y'all know which one I'm talking about. There's too many X's in this.
The Xbox Sade edition.
Yeah, that one.
Now, you know what? I think it was a genius move by Microsoft, to be honest with you. Because everybody want to run around talking about Sony, they're the market leader, gaming don't move forward until they say so. But it seems like Microsoft is the only one that's actually making, future-proof moves. But like you said, they just get heavily trolled for some odd reason. I don't understand that one. But I will say this though, that even that now that Sony has revealed their hand and showed that they have an all digital edition, this leads me to believe that the Xbox lock card still exists. I don't know if y'all feel the same about that.
I know that might well there's smoke, there might be fire, but sometimes it might be a mirage. But with Sony with their PlayStation Punisher, for them to have a diskless, you gotta think about their security still not gonna be unless when they are going using Microsoft servers, they gonna use some type of way of with Microsoft about keeping a person information private, keep from getting hacked and stolen, stuff like the stuff that people been experienced with the PlayStation. Why PlayStation always sells so many cards because nobody want to put their information on the PlayStation because of that.
So they are using Microsoft.
Well,
They are
even
using Microsoft.
if they are using Microsoft servers,
They
I
are
still
using.
wouldn't trust Sony at all.
Damn, that's messed up.
Because Sony is still the weakest link. You have a strong
Hey,
team, but you
just
have
because
weak
they
link
using
to it.
Microsoft service doesn't mean that they using Microsoft security system.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Sony is still the
I
weakest
don't know.
link.
I think they are
You know,
doing that. Chaos. That's what I'm
If
saying.
they still using
mean, if you-
PSN, the PSN can still have a
Hey,
some
Flip,
kind of
let me.
security.
All right, Flip.
risk.
Let me ask you this then. Would you put your money on the line for that? Would you risk your money?
If they use the Microsoft join and Microsoft security, yeah, I would.
Nah,
would.
but
Yeah, but they're not.
you not knowing
we
for sure
saying
that they are. I'm
least
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
saying
know
if I
for a
know,
fact that they
if
are.
I know for
If
sure, yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about now, like right now, would you take that risk?
Right
Don't
now,
let
knowing.
Chaos flip. Don't give let Chaos
I
get a
know I
flip.
wouldn't.
Thank you.
I would. Yeah, I would.
Hell no.
I mean, it's not that hard to find out whether if that's what they're using it for, whatever. You could just pull it up and look. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
true.
not that hard. You gotta look at it like this. If I'm a company, right?
I don't
I
think
can't
Sony's
see.
using Microsoft security though.
I can't see Sony not doing that. I can't see you not want to use some of the perks, some of the good perks that Microsoft does have. I can't see you not doing that. I can't. Like that to me, that doesn't make no sense. That's like, then why would you use it anyway?
I mean, because they didn't want to use Microsoft.
Like,
Be honest though, Flip. Think about it. You think Sony wanted to bow down to Microsoft to say, we need y'all help, we need these servers, we need y'all to help get us out of this thing with North Korea for putting out this movie. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft, we
you gotta
need
look at it
y'all.
like you gotta look at it like this. You have to look at it like this. Who
Yeah.
else was they gonna go to? They went to Amazon. That ain't work.
They could have went to Google.
They had no one else to turn to at that point. So why would not? Why, if you gonna go to Microsoft, why not use what they have?
Maybe Microsoft wasn't offering it.
Nah, Microsoft like money. We already know that. They like money. They would not turn that away. Did you see what Microsoft? Right about now, other than the fanboy saying some wild and crazy stuff, Microsoft can do no wrong. So the moment they extended their hand and Sony crossed their T's and dot their I's, trust me, why wouldn't you want to use that? It would make no sense for you not to use a security thing. That would be the whole purpose why you actually want to use it. Microsoft is getting paid, just system and network is getting secure. Anything else that you want to use on my on my infrastructure, you have to build up or whatever. But that security thing right there, why wouldn't you want to use it? That just doesn't make no sense. For you to be on mic, so that means that so potentially anything else can happen on that network if you're not letting use a Microsoft security or whatever. Honestly, that would be the only real reason why you would actually use it before using anything else. If I can't see Sony not doing that, that just doesn't make no sense for them not to do that. You know the backlash they would get? I don't think that they want to do that.
Man, I don't think Sony would get no backlash.
Yeah, they will. They get backlash. They got it before when people's stuff got stolen. And all that money. See how all the stuff Sony was doing? Sony ain't want to pay people their money and stuff. You see how people was suing Sony for the lies and stuff that they made up? People don't understand. excuse me, on the PlayStation 3 generation, I was one of the ones who got their stuff taken. Also, information taken in games and stuff. Like, wait a minute, what is this? People are not trusting it. That's for this day why I don't got a PlayStation 4. I'm saying, like, no one is going to. No one don't want to go through that again. You do not want to go through that. Number one, you're already a less powerful console as it is. The only thing you banking on right now is what? You banking on that what? With that SSD drive, which does nothing to the graphics. Only people that's going to use that SSD drive is who? Sony. They the only one that's going to use that, which we're not going to know the difference. It's not going to make it when it comes down to the third-party game. It's going to be even Steven. That's
Sure,
what I'm
most of the
saying.
games
Like,
they showed today don't even look like it was using the SSD.
I'm saying, yeah, like, it's just you gotta look at it, man. Like, I can't see them not doing that. It just does all that stuff doesn't make sense. Then that means they sitting up there and they just want punishment. Hey, they want to sit up there and want punishment and give the win all to Microsoft. Hey, be my guest.
I mean, yeah, that is the truth. I can't lie about that one, but at the same token, though, Flip, I see Sony got the one thing that Microsoft do not have, and that is the ability.
Blue?
What? What you think he has? What?
I said the color blue.
Oh, blue.
This
Oh, Microsoft got green. No, it's one more important. One way more important. Sony have the ability. There's one single ability that trumps everything. They
What's
have
that?
the ability.
They got
to
real
change.
pony.
The who?
Shit.
They got real ponies.
Oh yeah, that is true too. I don't even know how that works, but not that one. But the most important one is they have the ability to change the narrative. So anything they want the narrative to fit to suit Sony, they always have the people that's behind them that always change it just enough to make it fit in a Sony. Because you think about it, at first when the PlayStation came out, it was everything was about power. Then it was about the games in it, and then wasn't about the games, it was about Japan type games, and then if it wasn't that, it was the now it's the they don't have the adventure games, but Microsoft have all these other different types of games, but they don't talk about what Sony don't have these types of games. Though that's not the subject. The subject has always been whatever Sony could do to change the narrative to fit Sony. So one thing I know, and everybody on this panel, they've been a witness to this here at least one time in your gaming paying attention to what's going on in this gaming community, that Sony always had the ability to change the narrative. So
Sony don't have the ability to narrative. It's the fan that does that, not Sony.
But it always
it's the fan that does that. When they came out talking about the power, Sony wasn't the first one to say anything about a power. One developer, this is where it's coming from.
See? Oh no, it's Sony. Okay, my bad. No, the first narrative was when Sony came out and said, "This is how we trade games."
Okay, that's the only thing that they had, and that was just talking about
all
the
narrative stuff started.
Yeah, that's all they had. That's all they had. Far as power and all that other stuff, Sony never said that. You know who started that? A Polish developer who said that it was 50% more faster to make game on a PlayStation 5. That's the exact article. I can see an article. When people heard that, when people heard that, it's an indie developer. When people heard that, they ran with it and they said the system is 50% more powerful. That's all people heard. Sony don't have to do nothing because Sony got their little trolls doing it for them. What you gonna need to do it for when you got your fan base doing it for you, and they don't stop them, they don't correct them.
Right. They let them go.
But when they was getting sued, 1080p make you a better gamer. When they say that and they got sued, that thing went away, didn't it?
Right, and that's why I said then the narrative changed again.
I'm saying, but it wasn't them; it was the fan that does it.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're right.
It's the fan. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I don't see it. I don't see them. There's no way they can damage control this. They do try, but the damage control doesn't make sense. You see the damage control that they make, that the Sony fans make, doesn't make sense.
They're gonna damage control the PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
It's
they
coming.
are. You see,
It's coming.
how they damage control the SSD drive. Like, oh man, it's going to make. No, it's not. If both consoles got what is it, 10, no, 5 or 6 second faster than Microsoft SSD
Right.
drive.
Or the
So when
tech,
they,
remember they showed the tech demo, and it
yeah,
was like,
Microsoft show you a demo, Sony didn't. You ain't see no demo.
no, they showed. Remember that, not Sony, but
When they did that
on the Unreal
Spider-Man
Engine.
demo,
Nah, that don't count. That don't count. That was just something that they was working on.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Sony was able to. I mean, not Sony, my bad. Was considered an opponent was able to take the narrative of something that was made just was a tech demo to just glorify everything, not to actually put no saying mechanics into the game, so you can actually ramp up
I
everything
mean,
else.
yeah, I know you got IGN, Digital Fuckery, to Tattoo, whatever their name is,
Mm-hmm.
Game Piss, whatever who the fuck they is, and all them other website that control
The
that
real
narrative
opponents,
that did it.
them
Yeah,
is the actual opponents.
yeah, those are the one who was doing that narrative. These so-called
They're doing
gaming
all the real
media,
galloping. Yeah.
yeah, those gaming media that does not tell you the truth. That ruins game. That ruin. So you understand when they do stuff like that and they ruin some of the game that we already had on the Xbox. They're doing that because the game that they had or have or that was coming was not better than the game which we was playing. So being though that they're the gaming media, they can change it around and make a big deal out of nothing.
Whichever floated their boat. Hey, remember this one here when they was talking about indie games? Oh, Xbox don't support indie developers, and Xbox don't have indie games, and all of a sudden Sony stopped talking about indie games when they games start coming in, really start pumping, stop talking about indie games completely, and nobody talk about indie games like how they used to, because indie games was a hot topic, because indie
Then
games
when
get
the,
more publicity than these big AAA games. The thing
then
about
when
it,
Mike then when Microsoft showed indie games and stuff like that, oh, we don't worry about that. That's old, huh?
right? Check
Like,
this out. This
what,
is my
what are you
comparison.
just talking about that? Like, I'm confused. What are we doing here? Like, what?
Hey, check this out, Flip. This how I know how bad it is. Rocket League got more publicity on IGN and these other supposed to be gaming media sites than when a AAA game like Quantum Break came out, something that was revolutionary. Wherever you played on the game, it alters when you watch on the movie. My only thing is they should have had you play the whole game out, and then after you finish the game, and then you can watch the movie as like saying a big, a big finish. So, and then when you go back and play the game, stuff that you do to change when you go back and watch the movie again, shit you did in the game made the movie change. That way, no person to be talking about, oh, I don't want to I get tired of playing the game, stop and watch the movie, then go back, that way people could have killed that. But I get why people said that. But they still, IGN, the way that game was designed, man, that should have been running on IGN 24 hours a day, showing like different parts of like movie stuff, and then on top of that, showing different parts of the video game. See, something like that. IGN don't, I mean, people don't think about it. IGN don't just talk about video games. They do talk about same stuff that we talk about, basically, but we talk about it more realistic from a real perspective. They
They're
sound
not
more
good at it.
cautious.
They're
Yeah,
not. They're not no comic books or movie buff at all. They just talked about it just
right. They just
just
kind of,
to have something else to talk about. It seems like they doing more than just video game.
but I don't take none of their word for. See, when they do comic book stuff, I don't even pay them no mind, but I see it on there. So I ain't never really paid no, what I'm saying, watched it. But I see some of their game and stuff, and I see they talk about these subjects. So a game like Quantum Break should have been one of the games that's up there. There's a lot of games that was Xbox exclusives. They just overlooked and didn't even give it no chance to even shine. The only games they might have did was like one or two of the Xbox exclusive. They talked about Sea of Thieves before it came out. Then when Sea of Thieves came out, they kind of just like stopped talking about it, which what I'm saying is the developers' fault the way they didn't keep the content coming out fast enough for people. I mean, they know how the generation is, so they should have had the right type of hooks where they could have been dropping stuff in every week, and the way they develop monsters and stuff or different creatures, they should have had it in a fashion where they could better pump them out faster. So that's what they should have focused a lot of time on, building the environment, then being able to just pump different creatures and different missions and stuff in the game. but they didn't do it in a fast enough manner. So that's why it don't retain the player base as it could have. But let's hop on. Let's go ahead and hop on some of this Sony with the video game perspective. Now I've been sitting here pondering. And I was thinking about this situation. And y'all remember when I think his name is Tom Holland, the dude that plays Spider-Man in the MCU, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all remember this situation when Sony and Marvel had a split, right? When it was like they had to re-sign contracts to get Tom Holland back into the MCU. Then they was both splitting their own separate ways, and then they went back to the negotiation table and they talked about doing another 2 Spider-Man movies. Now everybody know, was understood. Was understood. Don't need to be explained. So everybody knew that the first Spider-Man that was quoted called Spider-Man PS4 when Marvel had to come back and say, no, this game is called Marvel's Spider-Man. They had the exclusive rights to this video game, and everybody know that was because of the deal that Marvel had to make with Sony to get the Spider-Man into their Spider-Verse. Now, by them renegotiating the deal with Tom Holland to bring Spider-Man back into the MCU, now we're starting to see a second Spider-Man video game, and this one with Miles Morales. Now, with Miles Morales, everybody you could see the graphics and everything that is more like DLC for the first Spider-Man. But at the same token, do y'all think that this Spider-Man and making it because it's another exclusive to the PS4? Do y'all think that this was another deal that was made when they re-signed Tom Holland back to the MCU for more movies, or do y'all think that this had something to do with the first negotiation deal, or it might just because Marvel Spider-Man did so well on the PS4 that now that they just saying, you know what, we could just make this another exclusive because it was an outstanding game and it did amazing numbers, so that's why they're keeping it exclusive on the PlayStation 4. So let's start off with a different person that don't never jump things off too often because he might be on mute, which I understand he probably be doing some other stuff and he's trying to multitask. But besides for that, what's good with the chaos? Which direction do you think? Not direction. Which reason you think that this Spider-Man with Miles Morales is an exclusive on the PS4?
I think mainly ours, just because it's a deal. It's coming out in 2020, so that's really going to boost the console sales, and I think that's really, one of the biggest reasons why. And also, why not? That's my last answer to give. Just well.
Why miss out on this big old player base on the Xbox community? And people underestimate it when they say how many PlayStation 4s sell compared to the Xbox. When you go to how many games sell on the PlayStation compared to how many games sell on the Xbox, those are the real numbers. Why would you miss out on these numbers of gamers to purchase your game?
Console sales keeps people interested in your console. And it's their deal. I guess they can really do whatever they want with it, but it's not really surprising that they put it for an exclusive. Kind of knowing Sony's history and stuff, but and it kind of keeps it too within that Sony brand because the movie is within that Sony brand mostly. And although Marvel,
you don't think Marvel is trying to get as far away from Sony, and Sony trying to attach themselves to Marvel as best as they possibly can? Think about it. Marvel went with Spider-Man and made sure that that this was a different Spider-Man. Any character that they're gonna be bringing from any of these other from Fox or Universal, they're gonna make a different. They're gonna make a distinguished difference to let you know that this is a different character. So I don't think that they want to really have people relating Spider-Man to Sony. They trying to people.
It's already too late. It's already too late.
You say it's already too late.
Yeah, it's already too late.
Why you think it's already too late?
Look, they got Venom. They got the first 2 Spider-Man movies. They got this Spider-Man game, and they got already another Spider-Man game about to come out with Sony. It's already deadlocked in. Like there's If they really wanted to remove it, then the best thing to do would be what they doing. What DC is doing with Batwoman. Just
Yeah, we gonna get to that
do
one.
something and leave her. Oh no, I ain't saying with I ain't getting into that Batwoman, but I'm just saying do what they're doing with Batwoman. Just put it there and just everybody just gonna take it. Don't even talk about it. But I don't see them doing that. So it's already established. It's like putting your brand on something.
I mean, you make it a compelling point. So, I mean, you really do. Be honest, you really do. Because every time you see Spider-Man, Sony gonna put Sony somewhere around there, and you're gonna see something in some big letters saying exclusive. Like,
hey,
you know
but you see something? People didn't pay attention, but when they were finished showing the games, and when they had the little small credit, when they had the little credit thing at the bottom in small print, Marvel was actually in there, along with Sony. It said 2020 Marvel.
Yeah, the name of this game. This is
No,
not.
but it wasn't. No, it wasn't even in. It wasn't even like after the end of the game. It was like literally at the end of the show. They had put Marvel there. So
I see what you're saying, but the name of the game is Marvel's Spider-Man. People gonna keep calling it Spider-Man PS4, but Part 2 or whatever. But it's Marvel Spider-Man 2. So Punisher, do you feel like this was some deal under the table that Sony did to retain Spider-Man solo the exclusive rights so they could brand the Spider-Man with Sony?
Well, as far as the video games go, I feel like this Miles Morales was probably already in development, along with the other 3 DLCs that they had for the Spider-Man PS4. But I think they used that to bring that to the table as far as to negotiate the second one. Because I don't think this new one that's coming out is actually a true sequel to the video game. I think it's more like I said, more like a
DLC,
more like a
or more like
I
how
say
Mortal
like a
Kombat 11
standalone
DLC
DLC,
is.
kind of like how they deal with The Last of Us with that standalone DLC. I think that's what this is, kind of. I don't think it's a true sequel.
But they probably truly sell it for $50.
Say it again, Chuck.
I said they probably truly sell it for about $50 or $60.
Well, I hope they don't charge $60 for it.
But from what I'm
If it's
seeing,
not a full game, I hope not.
from what I'm seeing, the way from the discussion and from what I've seen, it looked like it's gonna be a full game. Because think about it, with a Spider-Man game, the only thing they really have to do is throw some thugs in there. That's what they always call them, thugs. You fight a couple of them somewhere else, and you put 3 or 4 bosses in them, and you put an overall arcing villain in them, and you got your Spider-Man game. And they're using the same world with the same access because that Spider-Man or Miles Morales just like the Spider-Man out the Spider-Man PS4 when it comes to his movements. Maybe a couple of other things that I didn't really notice. I will notice when I go back and I look at it again and again and again, and I start seeing some of the difference between the Miles Morales Spider-Man and Peter Parker Spider-Man from the PS4 or Marvel Spider-Man. So what I'm thinking that this game here is one of them things that Sony is sticking into Xbox because we are not having no. I mean, think about it, Marvel or DC games. We haven't had one on the Xbox One at all. Besides for the multiplayer games like Justice League and Arkham Knight. We had those games, but we don't have no Spider-Mans or we don't have no Captain Americas or nothing like that or anything that could be exclusive to the Xbox. Even Nintendo have that with X-Men. What was X-Men Alliance? X-Men Alliance 3.
Marvel Alliance.
Alliance. Yeah, it was one of those. And they got that for exclusive. So my thing is why are we not Xbox is working on all these studios, but the hottest thing that's going out right now is comic book movies. So if comic book movies is the hottest thing that's going around, why we don't have our own exclusive? He ain't work on no deals about that. He go all the way to Japan, go deal with them, but Final Fantasy is games. It's cool for people that like those type of games. But his core audience in America, which the Xbox core audience is in America, and you know the core thing is superheroes. He could have gave us a Punisher game. All these Marvel games, if Sony working out deals with them, Microsoft Ben should have. But the people that's gamers is not even thinking about that. But the PlayStation 4, they getting exclusive on Spider-Man, and every time I see this, I'm seeing the thing that's going on with the situation is we really getting the things that we should be actually getting, because that could have been an easy deal right here in the States. But people want to say, people listen to the trolls talk about, you know what I'm saying, Xbox when it was in the PlayStation moving the goalpost, half Phil Spencer, like they was talking about more power. So he gave us a more power Xbox. When it was indie games, he made sure that he had all the indie games coming. And then they was talking about all these Japan games. Then he going overseas to go talk to the people in Japan. But this whole time, something simple like X-Men game or Captain America game or something like that, we could have had his own. They could have stuck on with the Xbox brand. That would have brought in. Matter of fact, think about it. If he would have had a Black Panther game, that would have drove in people by the boatloads just to buy a Black Panther Xbox. Stuff like that. He was thinking about. But see, the smartest people don't really think about the simplest things. But with that being said, though, so Flip Money, I know that you have your own separate opinion. That they got. We have talked about this type of stuff all the time, and when it comes to getting to the root and pulling it all the way up from the soil, you is the person that knows how to get all the way to the back of the root. So Flip Money. So what you think about the whole deals with the Miles Morales and them making a Spider-Man a new Marvel Spider-Man 2. I guess that's I don't know I know it's Marvel Spider-Man, but I don't know if it's gonna call it Marvel Spider-Man 2 or Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales or whatever like that. But it will come. But what you think about it, Flip? You think this was a deal from that first time that they did with the first Spider-Man, or you think this is a continuation, or are you in a boat like how Savage feel in channeling your inner Savage?
Well, man, I'm sorry, I was playing Minecraft. Look, overlooking all that extra stuff. This is the same deal that been going on from day one that they had. It's the same deal. That's all it is. It's up to Sony whether if they choose to make whatever type of Spider-Man game. They don't have to stick with the same format or whatever. Long as they had that contract to make a Spider-Man game, it really does not matter. It really don't. And for two, I mean that's whatchamacallit game. So it's not like micro. I'm sorry. It's not like Marvel's getting paid for it. It's still Marvel stuff. Marvel don't care. As long as Marvel's getting their money, they don't care. It's all about if you want to sit up there and play a huge chunk of money for exclusive. I don't care. And by the way, Marvel came out not too long ago. They said they let anybody use any one of their intellectual property to make video games now. They don't care now. They said it a while ago. They said that before this pandemic thing popped off or whatever. They already said that already. They don't care. So anybody can just go. Anybody can go to Marvel and ask them blah 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 blah. Let me get an exclusive right to this game, so forth and so forth. Marvel like go ahead. Already said that. It ain't all that complicated. This deal is still going on from the original deal that they had. You know what I'm saying? Like, people looking at it like, oh man, they came back. No, they ain't came back together. Sony was still going to push out. Sony was still was going to push out another Marvel movie that was in that was Spider-Man that was going to be in the MCU. That whole agreement was about um Marvel movies with Spider-Man in the future. That's what that whole agreement is about. And that game thing is still the same. So Sony still had the right to continue on making other Spider-Man games and stuff like that. That's all. It have nothing to do with them switching anything up. It's the same thing. They can switch up whatever character they want to swap in. They probably say, you know what? Let's see if we can add another character. The engine is still the same. That's not even a new engine. The engine is still the same. So that's all that is. There ain't no hidden sauce or no extra stuff.
Right. I mean, yeah, I feel you in a boat where you think.
Press the power button on our phone. Swipe to unlock the phone. 9 Alpha Alpha. Proceed to the home screen. Tab messaging. Omega.
Okay.
No, that was my phone. That was my phone. I didn't even know it was by me. It caught me off guard. Like, yo, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of threw me out. But yeah, I sent y'all a picture on Twitter just in case if y'all did see it. But
Yeah, that's what that was too. It caught me off guard too.
did it cut you off guard too?
Yeah, it did. That's why I was like, yo, what is that? But I mean, like I said though, it's not like Sony getting any more money than what that initial agreement was. You know what I'm saying? Disney's still getting merchandise from Spider-Man, from the Spider-Man game. You know what I'm saying they still own the rights to that. You know, as we said it before in previous podcasts, all Sony own is just a movie, right? That's it. It goes no further than that.
Right. That's what I was thinking about with the video game. But at the same time, if you really look at this game, it is the same as the first Spider-Man the first Spider-Man PS4 is it's still the same game. So like you said, all this could have been in the original agreement. And with the Miles Morales, it could be like a spin-off like game, or this could be the sequel, and he could get his own spin-off, and that could be another that would be another negotiation. But this probably just the whole from the beginning, because like you said with DLCs and stuff like that, so they had to actually had to work out a deal that can continue at least through the life cycle. I'm guessing the 5 years. That's the normal thing when they make deals look like these days.
Yeah, man, it ain't nothing big, anything big of it. That's all. They just, they just kept this initial contract. That's all.
That's what's up. But that's another beating us signing with the Spider-Man PS4 and the Xbox not bringing out no Xbox Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Custom console. They could have the chain with the claws on his hand, and in the front of it with the Black Panther, just a little face. Man, that bill would have been fire. But
I can see that.
But if anything, I would when on Black Panther 2 come out, they better hop on it. But let's go ahead and talk about hopping on something. Let's hop from one subject to somebody that hopped out of something, and somebody that's rumored to be hopping in something is Vanessa Morgan. Now, Vanessa Morgan, she is on the CW's Riverdale, and she plays. I don't watch Riverdale. I want to watch it because it's about the Archies, but I don't really watch it. I know who she is.
What the hell is that?
With the Riverdale?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
A teenage show or something, right?
Yeah, Riverdale is actually like a show just like it's based off the Archie's comics. But they got a girl named Vanessa Morgan. She's supposed to be taking the role of Batwoman. Now she's not gonna be actually Batwoman. I got my own theory. Her last name is Wilder, so that's the placeholder name. And I said, if her last name Wilder, what's a person that they don't really dive deep into and they're talking about? And that would be perfect timing right now. And that would be the Suicide Squad. And in the Suicide Squad, they have her name is Vanessa Wilder, the lady that call all the shots. Now the lady that call all the shots, Amanda Wilder. Yeah, Amanda Wilder. So now Amanda Wilder's daughter could be Vanessa Wilder. So that's where her name come from, and then she could have that's what like her resources and stuff, because the first Batwoman, she was doing the stuff with her daddy and he was over the crows and stuff. Now you got somebody like a badass person like Amanda Wilder, daughter Vanessa Wilder, that's living out in the street trying to make a name for herself and have all her mama like killer ways, strike first ways and stuff like that. And she becomes like the new Batwoman. I get how they trying to phase out the Ruby Rose, but I know a lot of people they complaining because of like I know y'all might not have no stakes in it or really don't care, but they have some
You
people
know I don't.
they have some people saying they rather recast Ruby Rose. I mean not Ruby Rose, but recast Batwoman as damn what's Sandra Kane. Recast Sandra Kane instead of bringing on a whole nother Batwoman. That means you got to do a whole nother origin story. So this season 2 will actually be season 1.5. So I can get to my theory. I mean, I just gave y'all my
That's
theory
doing
about who
they
I
doing
think
too
her
much.
daughter is, and that would be an amazing story if they can go with that line. But my question I had wanted to ask y'all was, okay, with the story they saying going from this Ruby Rose character that was playing Sandra Kane to this new Batwoman that's supposed to be coming out, and it's it's something wild, but now I'm just calling Vanessa Wilder because Vanessa her real name, but and then they coming out with a whole different story. I mean, if y'all was just for a moment, if y'all had to step into this project of Batwoman, y'all are the directors. Which direction would y'all go into? Y'all would just replace Ruby Rose and keep Sandra Kane, or would y'all come out and say, you know what, I don't like none of this story they was doing with this Batwoman. Let me introduce my own Batwoman.
I'll
So
just replace her. That's
you just
plain and
replace it
simple. Yeah, I'll just replace her. I don't got time for
and,
all that extra stuff. I'll
and
just replace
continue,
her and keep moving.
but
Yep.
you got to continue that story too. If you replace her, that means that storyline that's going on, you obligated to continue in that direction.
Not really. I mean, like, all right, you can still do it. I mean, I ain't see it, so, but I'm just saying, I would just get rid of it. Like, all right, if she don't want to be, and obviously she's not the good, she doesn't make doesn't fit the part of Batwoman. What I would do is, you know what I'm saying, look, you know, the original Batwoman is not there since they done merged them or whatever. I say, listen here, this is nothing more than a result of the Crisis on Infinite Earth, and bam, here we go. They go another Batwoman. That's all. And be
Okay,
like, yo, why is she leaving? I'll make a whole story why she leaving. Why? Because I'll just make a whole story, make a whole changed up story why she leaving. And a part of it is because she couldn't handle being it or whatever. The simple fact because of the multiverse. The multiverse may start making her go crazy or something. I conjure up some crazy stuff and keep it moving. And just pick somebody else ass up. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna just turn it over to you or whatever. Or whenever you can just like, yo, you know what? And the next person that's gonna be Batwoman, boots pop up or whatever. Like, yo, whenever you decide to change your mind, you want to come
you know the
back, you come
qualifications
back.
they have to be Batwoman. The
What's that?
qualifications was all right. First, you know, she had to be a woman. She had to be a
I mean,
SWJ or not
uh huh.
SWJ. She had to be a the other letters, but it's the other
Oh,
letters she had to be.
one of the people with the letters. Okay.
Yeah, she had this
Mhm.
the qualifications in real life, not as the character that she playing in real life. She had to fit these qualifications just to become the new
She got to be
Batwoman.
gay in real life.
Yeah, she gotta be gay in real life to play Batwoman.
Why she got to be gay in real life?
Man, that's far
That
beyond me.
doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand that. That doesn't make
And
sense to me.
look, they had a whole episode of Batwoman, a whole episode that was dedicated to this. That she had they at the beginning of the episode they had a dude catch her, boom, and then they took a picture and said, "Oh, Batwoman got a new love interest. Batwoman got a new love interest." They dedicated the whole episode, literally the whole episode, to Batwoman saying she had to stand up for gay rights and let people know that Batwoman is into women, like literally. And old boy said, "Hey, wouldn't that be the best excuse? Because if you gay in real life, and then people when they see Batwoman that she's got a boyfriend, they'll disassociate you even more from Batwoman. So people won't look. There'll be a good cover up." And she like, "No, I gotta stand up for the rights of the lesbians and let them know that I'm gay." So they had a whole episode that she had to let the whole world know that she not worried about fighting crime. She worried about people knowing about her sex life. So when I say they were so cringy, and I was like, you know what? I was taking notes because I was gonna do review on the season of Batwoman, but I don't want to come out just straight. Everything would have been negative this, negative that. This ain't good about this here.
You were thinking. I know what you were thinking. I already know what you were saying to yourself. What Flip do?
Yeah,
I know. I know. Like what Flip
WWFD.
do?
But yeah,
Man,
I
that's
mean,
stupid. You know how many
dog.
different bad. You know how many different bad women it is. So it doesn't
And then that's
matter.
another thing right there too, Flip. You forgot about that
Watch it.
scenario. They got more than one bad woman, so this other bad woman is not Sandra Kane. That means they could still come in and say, well, she's still doing her thing, but they showing you stuff that's going on with her and from her perspective. And if Ruby Rose want to come back, they can always do the little guest appearance where they end up bumping paths because there's more than one bad woman probably running around Gotham, and that's why it's
But
so
it was
hard
a
to
whole.
pin who bad
It was
woman
a.
is.
Yeah, but it was the whole squad. Batman had his own squad called the Outcast. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand what they like. I don't know, dog. I don't know. They doing too much. They doing too much for me.
I
Had a
mean,
whole squad, so it didn't even matter. Oh man, I'm mixing this up.
I mean, right. So Punisher. Which one would you do? Would you go to role at CW like the professionals doing? They going with not recasting the character. I mean, a person for the character. They recasting the whole role with a whole different bad woman from a different perspective. Or would you just say, you know what, your Fresh Prince of will you have one I forgot the name, Vivica, not Vivica. What was the what's the his auntie that was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when they had the dark skin? Vivian. Yeah, you know how they just all of a sudden one episode they had a dark skinned Vivian, then the next episode she was light skinned. Yeah, and people say, hold up,
Do that.
Hey,
They didn't do that way.
I was a child and I was looking at it and say, I know I'm not tripping. That's not
Fuck
the
that.
same person.
I'm going back to what I originally going to say. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you gonna be you
I
ain't
don't give a
channeling
fuck.
your inner savage, huh?
Yup, I don't give a shit. I don't give two fucks what they're doing. I don't care. Shit's stupid. I don't even like Batgirl anyway.
Yeah, that's bad woman.
Batwoman, yeah, I don't like Batwoman anyway.
I feel you. So
I don't care.
what about it in Punisher? You in that boat with Flip too now?
Me personally, yeah. The first season up to that point it was a disaster anyway. The ratings tanked.
Oh shit! I'm getting beat up by a bunch of skeletons. Oh my bad.
Yeah, the ratings tanked. It was like wasn't it like the lowest CW show in history or something like that, as far as the ratings.
I mean,
so there's no.
What I was hearing two stories. One story I was hearing that was one of the highest rated shows on the CW, and then I heard another story where some people say Batwoman was the lowest rated TV show that was on the CW. So personally, I didn't go do the research because after I got through watching Batwoman and all the extra research and stuff that I wanted to do, it kind of fell short, especially when I seen the finale of it. I was like, man, do I really?
I was looking at some of the numbers, like those numbers fell off pretty hard, especially after the what was it, the Infinite Earth or something like that.
Yeah, on
I think the Infinite Earth for Batwoman was like the highest rated episode. Earth, yeah, that was the highest rated episode for Batwoman. Was when they was doing that whole Infinite Earth.
Yeah,
after that it just fell off completely. So I think they should just. I think they should just kill her off and somehow bring Batman back. Like he returns.
They're gonna
take over from there.
And then the show called Batwoman with Batman is the main character.
I'm listen like that. I would have rather them. They should have just went with Batgirl. I would have rather seen Batgirl. Batgirl having her own TV show than this Batwoman. This shit is too fucking complicated right now. Doesn't make no goddamn sense.
I think after Gotham, they should have just transitioned into a Batman TV show.
But I don't think that would have
been better because a lot of people don't even know who Batwoman is. Like she's not a recognizable character to most people.
Yeah.
You know the reason why they did it. I mean, it was all political because that's the whole reason why that this new Batwoman.
Yeah, it's for the LGBT community, but
that's the letters right there. That's the letters. She got to be a part of that to be to be the new Batwoman. So
that's stupid. That's stupid.
I mean, that's their requirements. I don't.
Why must you do that? Why? I don't understand that. Why? If you're going to get somebody to play Batwoman, she's going to be gay. All right, just go ahead and do it. Obviously, this woman would
Mhm.
suck. So if that didn't work and she would suck, that goes to tell you right now why some people didn't like it because of the people with the letter. Get rid of it. Go ahead, go find. Get in. There's so many different Batwomen in a damn DC universe. Just go with another storyline, man. Like fuck that. Keep moving.
So
And
Flip,
that's stupid.
you really agreeing? You're agreeing with the people that with the CW is what they trying to do. They trying to curve all the way away from the Ruby Rose and the Sandra Kane Batwoman. The only thing they stuck with is the character has to be SW. What it is? What the letter gives Punisher?
I call it the people with the letter. I only got time.
LGBT.
Yeah,
Yeah, them people.
LBG. Them. So they got to be a part of that community. I mean, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying these are the requirements that I heard that the character have to for the audition for the role. But besides for that, they talking about the character. This Batwoman is supposed to be a person that a woman that lives in a van that's very angry. That used to do crime. Now she changed over and she live in a van and she talks to a plant. And then she go and she beat people up like because she
Hold
already
on.
First, you talk to a plant.
Hold
Wait,
on.
what?
What you just say? Say that again. Hold on. My bad.
I tried to ease that in there. I tried to ease. That's why
Hold
I
on.
kept saying
No,
live in the
say that
van.
again. No, say that again. Say that. What did you just say? They
She's
what?
supposed she's supposed to be a part of the Punisher
The LGBT community.
LGBT community. She's supposed to be a part of the LGBT community. After she's supposed to be a part of that, her story is she's an angry person that used to do crime, that changed over, that go around beating up people, that lives in a van and talk to a plant. That's the only thing I
That
heard
sounds
about
like
the story.
Poison Ivy, really.
That's
Why
what
not
I
just make a
thought.
Poison Ivy TV show? Because she talk to plants. Or she control them, I guess.
But from the person that I heard, I mean the person that that I heard about that was with this character, it was like no, that's the only information that they have about it, and
Is
that
she
shit
going to
don't
be
make no
gay?
sense.
And
Huh?
she's not going to be gay.
I mean, I guess she's gonna be gay. I don't that part of it. I think she is gonna be gay because that's the only reason why would you have to have qualifications of having fit in certain category of being gay.
That's stupid, yo. The whole thing
You
is
know,
stupid to
they're
me.
trying to force people to.
You forcing that stuff on
They
people,
be
man. For
forcing
real,
it.
that's
Yeah, I don't
stupid.
understand that.
If the first chick didn't work, then you gotta quit it. Leave it
Like,
alone.
if you want a gay character, why not just create an original one with a compelling original story
What my man
instead
said,
of
if the
trying to?
hey Punisher, what my man say, if the click didn't fit, then you gotta quit. Like nobody care, man. Nobody care about that, man. Shit, click didn't work. I mean, didn't fit, then let it quit, man. For real, I don't want all this
You must
stupid
have
stuff. You
quit.
gotta come on, man. Stop it. Let it be.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
just
cancel
move
the
on
show.
from the.
Remember. Hey, Chuck. Now you know I said this. What did I say? Didn't I say, yo, don't be surprised if they cancel it? Didn't I say that shit? Like, yo, what if they cancel the show? Did I say I don't really have faith in
I
that?
don't think that's an option though, Flip. That's not an option.
Well, they
What?
already renewed
Cancel
it
the
for a
show?
second season,
Yeah,
right?
that's not an option.
Well, okay. Well, go ahead. Do that half season and cut it. They can
I
go
know
back
no,
on it.
they got to extend the thing about it when Batwoman first came out, it was only supposed when Ruby Rose signed down, people don't realize she
I
didn't
don't
want to
like the
sign down.
actress. She
She
don't
didn't want to
seem believable to me.
I mean,
I,
yeah, that's
I
true,
don't,
but this is the thing though. She didn't want to be no TV show actor, which was the show was only supposed to be 6 to 12 it was like in between that. It was supposed to be short. So when she got ready to sign on and do all the stuff, they said that's when they got such good reviews where they went from a small amount to a whole season of 24 and she was already there, already obligated, so she ended up signing for to do the whole 24. Didn't like doing that, didn't want to do it, and that's when the whole breakup situation came now. Now the season 2, it got renewed, and they said it got such good reviews that they signed it on for a whole nother 24 season. Like how Black Lightning only got a half a season. Now Legends of Tomorrow only got a half a season. Batwoman got a whole season. So something about the numbers got to be different. Because why this one getting all the numbers for the dude, even though the shit is a shit show for show, but they getting a whole 24-second season, so they going in a different direction. So Punisher, you said which way direction you said it, if you was the director, you would have went in just recasting the character or just going
I would kill her off. And next season, I would kill her off and have Batman return.
Oh man,
and go from there.
Yeah,
just get rid of Batwoman altogether.
No, Punisher. Hashtag bring back Batgirl.
Yeah, but the name of the show is Batwoman. That's gonna be hard to do.
What is Batwoman?
Batwoman season 1, season 2.
I don't care. Well, cancel it. Cancel that trash. Cancel that trash. Cancel it.
All right, well, what about you guys? I know you got a
can always transition into another storyline after the first couple of episodes of season 2. So they gotta just sit back and see what they're gonna do.
But we talking about main character territory. Main character territory is the hardest territory to go into because the name of the show is Batwoman. So the character is you know what I'm saying, it plays a big role. So Chaos, which role will you go? Would you go the role or you just change the character out to just keep the party going? Or would you go and say, you know what, I'm gonna find a way to dump their whole storyline and create me a whole new Batwoman? But it might take a little effort. Huh?
I don't think it's gonna matter. They're gonna cancel it after this season.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. I can't see it going no further. It happens all the time. Shows get renewed like I don't know what. Then they like, yep, you know what? Let's just cancel it.
Yeah, sometimes they renew them because they ain't got nothing else to fill that spot. Once they find something to fill that spot, yeah,
they always can cancel it. What the harm that's going to help?
It's easy to cancel a show that only got a half a season. Y'all got to think about it. CW don't cancel shows like talking about because they still got Supernatural.
Yeah, Supernatural been going on, but I think this is their last season that just came out.
Yeah, it is.
After that, that's it for Supernatural.
Supernatural was
about 15 seasons.
Yeah, they were supposed to stop. They were supposed to stop like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And they kept throwing money at them, at the actors, and they were like, all right, they'll do it again. They kept throwing money, and they threw a chunk of money at them, and they was like, all right, because the show should have ended when God came back, when he ran into God and God let him meet his mom. That's when it should have ended. That's it. Should have stopped it.
Man, no. That show should have ended back when they got past the green-eyed demon. Right after that, that's when they should have killed it right there. All the other seasons after that was good. Some of them was good, but they should have stopped it.
It's nighttime. I gotta get in the house.
But I watched Supernatural for 10 seasons. I might have even watched 11. So I
did too. I got tired of it. Yeah, Supernatural. They did the same thing with Smallville. They did the same thing with Smallville with Supernatural. Like they waited like 20 years for Superman to put on the cape. Smallville should have had no more than 5 seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I say? You know what I say about the Flash?
Supernatural had 6 seasons though. They had some shit when they had some of it was they touched everything, touched every horror movie topic you could talk about.
Yup.
Hey, but I
got tired of it.
But so hold on before we go. Chaos, did he finish saying that which direction he'll go in? Because I know he was saying about he think the show gonna get canceled and stuff like that, but he ain't said if he was the director. He trying to avoid that part of it. He was just saying cancel the show, let it burn. Fuck CW.
I need to make some towels.
That's what I'm basically saying.
So you saying either direction. So let's go ahead, just get to the next hot. You know what I'm saying? That type stuff. Let's go ahead and get them both in there. Now, I don't know his real name, but he played an elongated man on the CW Flash show. That's
I don't know his real name either.
I don't know his name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right, but the situation with him, he got fired off of the Flash because of some old tweets that he had tweeted a long time ago that was tasteless, homophobic, and racist.
He got fired.
He got
Yeah,
fired.
Yeah, they
Off
fired his
my black
ass.
ass. Yeah, my black ass would have got fired too. I've
Yeah,
been one of them motherfuckers. I'd have been one of them cats like you full of the fucking nothing. I'd have got fired. Yeah, you know, Flip got fired, right? He did, yeah. That's what he said. That'd have been me. That'd have been me. I know already. That'd have been me.
hey, do y'all
Yeah.
so any of y'all heard about the situation, and I want to know y'all opinion. Do you think that's overreaching? Because he came out and said, you know, he a different person. He apologized for the tweets from back then, and he came out, even though he came out after the shit resurfaced. So if they would have never resurfaced, you know, he would never give an apology. We know that. But my thing is the tweets sound like 18, 16-year-old trolling and trying to find his way to catch people's attention. The jokes he had was stupid. He said, if I had a wife, I'd be beating her ass tonight. You know, it was tasteless, dumb. I don't and now don't get me wrong, I didn't see all of the stuff that he had put up there.
What?
He might have actually said some fucked up shit, but I don't know because I just seen a couple of them. The stuff that I seen was stupid. Like when you hear somebody say something stupid and you just look at it and say that's stupid. But I don't think he should have been for what I seen, he shouldn't have got fired. I think it was more like that people is overreaching, as in I always feel like a person should the next person shouldn't get offended for the next person more than the next person is offended for about itself. So if he made some homophobic jokes that might have been tasteless, and a person that's homosexual don't be offended by it, then a person that's straight shouldn't be offended by it. That's how I was looking at it. So my thoughts is I think they overreaching. So Punisher, what do you think? But that's me saying it from a perspective. I didn't see all his tweets and and everything, but I did hear his apology and I heard about the situation as in the overall. So Punisher, what you think about the fact of him getting fired? I'm gonna try to see if I can figure his name out. I think his name is Ralph. Yeah, that's what he played. He played Ralph something. Yo, Punisher. Flip, you can hear me?
I can't hear you.
Yo.
Punisher.
Your mic might be muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
We thought you got kidnapped by the Boogie Monster.
Who's that?
You all right?
No, I'm good, man. I'm here. Can you repeat the question, Triple
I was just gonna lead a podcast and let y'all keep talking and call Chuck like, "Yo, you all right?"
Yeah, so what do you think about him getting fired?
Me, I think
it was just served.
It was so long ago, you know, like they said. As far as the tweets go, people change. You know, they learn. They grow as people, and I feel like this cancel culture is getting way out of control.
Yeah, I think
it's getting ridiculous.
Stuff,
he said some stupid things. Everybody says stupid stuff, you know. If you was at work, you said something stupid, you know, they're not just gonna fire you on the spot because you said something, you know, as stupid as what some stuff he said.
Oh man, I'm doing this wrong.
But as far as that, man, I think they should have given him at least a chance to explain himself. A chance to apologize. Look at what they did with Amber Heard. Like she was lying on Johnny Depp, talking about he was beating her up and stuff like this.
Right.
Everybody canceled him. He lost his job, lost millions of dollars with Disney.
Now you find out Johnny Depp, one of the coolest, nicest people that do stuff for the community without no recognition.
And come to find out, he was a victim. He was the one getting bottles and stuff thrown at him. And after all this stuff came out, I still haven't heard anything about them firing her. They giving her plenty of chances, you know.
She gone off of Aquaman too. She not returning.
Oh, they fired her?
Yeah, she got it.
Yeah, but look how long it took them to do it though. Yeah. If none of that evidence would have came out, she still would have had her job. And Johnny Depp.
I mean, but then some of it is you got to look at it like, you know, there's a thin line between love and hate, because Ezra Miller that plays the Flash, his situation might be a little bit touchy because then he playing a superhero that's supposed to be a good guy, and then they got pictures of him, going to war with somebody, and then but then you got a person like Ralph that playing elongated man on the Flash. He play a quirky character that do stupid stuff, and he learn and he grow with. I mean, the character and they say like the person that with his personality as the real person, not the actor, has more of is more of an upstanding person now, and he does like those types of things. So I'm looking at it as he, like you said, he was young, dumb, and young, and he grew with the jokes he told. So if he said something that was offensive, he should have had, like you said, had the time to explain himself and stuff like that. And people shouldn't get offended for other people. That's what started a lot of extra stuff. But they do have a lot of things that's going around where people need to take a stand for. Like it's a line where we should understand. Well, if it's something minor or something stupid, like this would be under my directions of, oh, this bullshit. But you know what I'm saying? He gotta have to, explain, like you say with policies, but I don't think he should get fired for that. Maybe some fines and what I'm saying, or whatever like that. So they make this next generation like, man, let me make sure what I'm doing now is really gonna have an effect on me. Because back then people didn't think about what I'm saying now gonna have an effect on me 10 years from now. Because back then, anything back 10 years, what you did in that moment was for that moment, or what you said in the moment was for that moment. So a lot of the stuff was more hardcore in a sense. So
All right, what? I'm back.
with me, I'm just thinking about that type of stuff should never be looked at as in 10, like how they did with Kevin Hart, stuff he said. But at the time period, those types of jokes was relevant. Like Gone with the Wind. I know that the movie has some things in it, but at the time when it came out, that's what you got to think about
That's
it.
the era. That's
Yeah,
the era that they live in.
you got to judge that with that era because a person, you got to think about a lot of people is sheep. They live inside of this box. If this is their box they live in, they're going to act accordingly to the box they living in. So they, a lot of people just going to be like that. So when you look at the box that they living in, and when you expand this box to the people that made to this generation, and now you having a different outlook on things. Like a lot of people didn't realize stuff that like when they say Black Lives Matter, that people live and have these things going on. They really didn't understand it until you actually had to sit down and actually see it and say, oh, it's real. So when I'm saying people like that get fired for something minor, I really think about it is like you said, the cancel culture, and it went too far. So what about you, K.I.? What you think about him? You think that you know any more information about it? They went too far, or you think it's a part of they just firing people just to cover their ass and they did over something that they shouldn't even have that to do?
I mean, if it was a long time ago, I mean, my honest opinion is who gives a fuck? Like, it makes no sense. Like, you clawing at the dirt, hoping to find something that happened eons ago, so you have some type of clout to have now. It makes no sense. To be honest, it's too sensitive. Honestly, stuff like that to me, especially if a company does it, just gets me like I don't even want to support them anymore. Like they just lost my interest. I hate when people do that. It makes no sense. You take something that happened so long ago, and you're like, oh, so you did this and this and this, and you sitting here like, oh, well, that was long ago. I was young and dumb, but you probably was. You know, I'm a much different personality. This and that. Nah, fam. Nah, we can't have that. You're gone. You know, it's dumb. And I'm
I
using
think it.
dumb as a better word.
I
What
think
it
it depends
actually
on what the
is.
situation. I think it depends on what the situation is, man.
Right. I think
Like
it's a man.
something like that. Come on, man. Like
Yeah,
this is what make me mad. Y'all didn't look into this man record. Y'all didn't see this.
exactly.
So
That
what
makes
we're
y'all
gonna
guys
do is
look bad.
y'all should have listen here. I'm gonna tell you the one person who did this real smoothly, and I like the way he did this. That he told that that he was up under Usher, Justin Bieber. He told Usher day one. when they like Usher and he was sitting there listening to Boys II Men and learn how to sing and all that other extracurricular stuff, that him and his friend was playing around and they was saying the N word is and N word that. And it was the bet that he told Usher that up front, right from the door. So he covered his behind. So that's what we're gonna have to start doing now. Oh yeah, well when I was younger, whatever, I was saying some, I was bugging out, saying some out of order stuff or whatever. Something, come on, man. Something they just need to, like, you know what? If it been like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it's too late. That's like me trying to go at and find a dude that robbed me 10 years ago. I'm gonna sue him or call the cops on you because you robbed me, and that was like 10 years ago. Come on, bro, stop it. It's too late now. That's done. It's done and over with. Like, come on, that boy, man, let that boy have his job back.
Right. That's what I'm looking at. So let's say CW stick to their guns and they try to basically run from the fight and they let Ralph the elongated man go. So what do y'all think they should do with that story? Just replace him, like how they gonna do with Black Woman, or you think they should just cut that whole little story and just cut the losses because he's not the main character like the Flash. The show not named elongated man, so he a side character. He's not like how Batwoman is. So do y'all think they should just cut his character, or by his power they could just replace him?
I feel like they should just replace him, to be honest with you.
Just keep him.
Replace
I
him
say
with
keep
someone
him.
with better powers and that actually
Keep.
brings something of substance to the story.
That's
You
what I
know,
say. Keep him.
something that can complement Flash and the rest of the team,
That's
or
what's up.
something that's actually useful. Because yeah, he can stretch and everything like that, but he's not very useful. I don't think so. So that's why I say just get rid of him, replace him for somebody else, a
You
better
wait. Well, let me
character.
ask you this: since you said that Punisher, do you not think that maybe this is an excuse for them to use to get rid of him because they feel like his character is not useful? Do you think
Oh,
do you
it's a
think that they probably
possibility.
doing that? Because I'm starting to wonder. Like, come on, a lot of this
Yeah,
stuff is a bunch of
because if you look at
is
him,
a bunch of
his character
bullshit.
is useless.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
And then
thinking
yeah,
they
like you
maybe
said,
that's
all
do,
the
what
stuff they
it is.
dug this
but
up out of
they
nowhere.
took a lot of time and a lot of effort to build up a big story for him and that girl that was robbing the banks and stuff like that. They took a lot of time out of the Flash show to make sure that there was a whole separate story that was going on. I mean, the writing got a lot better in the Flash because they're giving everybody their own individual personalities and shit lives. They're giving everybody their own fucking lives. So that's a hell of a lot better than everybody cooped up inside Star Lab saying go 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 go.
Oh
And, but
shit.
but it's just a whole lot. It's just, to me, yeah, it's too much they've invested in Ralph to just say, hey, we ain't like we was going. We're gonna cut our ties with him and not complete that story because it's too many gaps for them not to make him interesting. Like it's too easy right now for them to actually make him interesting. So I don't see why would that be like you know what I'm saying a reason to cut their losses on him because he ain't interested now, but I can guarantee he gonna be more interesting the next season than Five gonna be.
They had some good episodes with him. I believe they had some good episodes with him. I'm
I mean,
saying
think
I'm
about it,
not.
on Team Flash.
I'm doing this all
Who all
wrong.
stood out on the last season? Flash's daughter, she
Not
was
sure.
gone, so she wasn't enough.
Actually, I didn't
And
even finish the last season yet.
Joe West was damn near gone. His crazy, I can read your emotions, feeling wife.
Yeah,
Her,
she needs to be gone too.
yeah,
His
I
wife, the
don't,
one that can feel people's emotions. Yeah,
yeah.
she needs to
She
be
can
out
read
too.
my, but then, okay, but then what about the child? Because that child got power.
I think the child got power, but I think her powers aren't as strong as they was a couple seasons ago.
No,
I
no, I'm
She
think
was
saying the
she could
baby.
actually read people's minds.
She
I
can,
think
On
yeah,
this
she
one,
can
she
Joe
still
can't do it no
West,
more.
all that need to be, you know what I'm saying? They need to go ahead and just that whole little section they need to cut out of the Flash. Because they don't need to
Yeah,
be
the
there.
wife, yeah,
Yeah, the wife, Joe.
they don't really need her at all. She brings nothing to the story.
No, I think Joe
Yeah,
need to be there. Joe
actually,
still need to
Iris,
be
she
there.
don't even bring much to the story.
Hey, yo, listen
She
here.
bring she bringing something. Hey, this
Hey,
season right here,
yo, hey,
this
Chuck,
season,
tell him. Tell him how I feel about Iris, Chuck. Tell him.
He
You
Well,
know
you
don't
got a
like-
crush? What's going on?
No, I don't care about Iris. I don't care about her. I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
Chuck
either.
can
That's
tell
why
you
I said
that.
she needs to go.
I don't care. Yep, I do not care about Iris. I hate to say it. Oh man, why would you say
Yeah,
that?
she
She's
brings
a prominent.
nothing.
No, they just
The only
made a
time she
good
really does
storyline
something is
for
when she's
her.
trying to
Hey,
motivate
look,
him. That's it.
this season right here, this season, you got to give it to this season. Now, it would have. I felt like that, and everybody heard your cries because this season here, when she went out to say, "Now you know what? She not gonna be the dander in distress." They got the Irish rest. They got sucked through the glass, and then they had the fake Irish, and she doing all this gangster shit. And she going around.
Finally, but
That's why I
finally,
say they give it. That's what they doing. They doing the right thing. Now she got a good story. Now this season, finally, like you were saying, Flip, they answered your prayers with that because she actually doing some shit this season. Not
Yup.
playing shit. She doing her own shit in her own storyline. To me,
something that should have been done in the beginning.
yes. And instead of her just saying like, because you pointed out to me like, I'm gonna do. Oh boy, he gonna do this shit. This person gonna do this. Person gonna do that. Them, and she just tell everybody what they already know they finna go do.
Yup. That didn't make no sense. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this I'm looking at? Huh? Come on, man.
Yeah,
I just man.
but they doing a lot better because that's their own storyline. Now, Vibe, his story is getting smaller. They got some new characters that came, and then I don't see them no more. But then some come, but I don't know, like that black dude that's supposed to be coming in, and he helped with a couple episodes. Then the next episode, he wasn't up.
Yeah, that was the job.
We're
That
talking
was the
about
job.
opening up the
They did it.
black
They
hole.
did.
or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, they know.
Oh, he
look,
wanted to
look
be a
what
part
they
of
did.
Team
Look what they
Flash.
did. Listen,
He wanted to be a part of
listen,
Team Flash. Bad. He was like,
Yeah,
say,
but
man, let me help you with all this here. Let me come do this here. And he did. He was fucking up shit. But then he was like, he just kept. He couldn't stop. He wanted to be a part. Then all of a sudden, next episode, that wasn't on one episode. It was like 2 or 3 episodes, and then gone.
Yeah, he helped Flash out, and they got rid of him. You talking about that was his job? They did an Obama on him. He came in there to fix it, and now he's done.
Or he came in to fix the Team Flash.
Yeah, I'm not lying. That's what he did. He gave 15 Flash. We
kicked
got
him
of
out.
here. He gave him inspiration to do what he was supposed to do, and he gone. See ya. Pew. I'm not lying. I'm like, wait a minute. That's crazy.
Hey y'all, this not a topic, not a subject. Just a quick thought, so y'all can respond to it, but on your own digression, okay? Now Netflix got it the animated show. Y'all know He-Man, on Netflix. Now that show about to get replaced with She-Man.
She-Ra?
She-Man.
No, She-Man.
No, you mean She-Ra.
No.
What is it? This is what a transgender.
No. You
Yeah,
saying
something-
you saying it wrong. It's She-Ra. It's She-Ra, his sister. Why you keep saying He-Man? I mean She-Man. I don't
He
understand
said
that.
She-Man.
Yeah, why you keep saying She-Man? His
That's
sister She-Ra.
Oh, man.
She-Ra.
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 I thought they already had a She-Ra cartoon on Netflix.
What do you? I don't know where you're going with this. I'm kind of confused.
No.
What do you mean?
It's a She-Man show that they got coming out on Netflix.
Hold on. What?
Yeah, and she muscle like He-Man, like big muscle, like is He-Man body with She-Man face. I mean with
You know
She-Ra face, He-Man body. That's why I said.
You know what?
Answer to that on your own digression.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm out of here. I'm out of
So she like a so she like an Amazon basically.
Yeah, she like a He-Man. But anyway though, let's hop into some let's go to some other type of multiverse. Then we'll come back to this other multiverse with some multiverse shit because we finna leave this multiverse with the mixing the names around verse round. Bill and Ted 2020. Hey, have y'all seen it and do y'all think this is a cry for help? Now Punisher, I don't know, maybe, but Chaos, this topic might be a little bit too mature.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, too mature.
What you mean too mature?
I'm glad I heard that part. I'm glad I came in to hear that part. I'm glad I heard the mature part. I knew it. I've been saying it for the longest. Y'all didn't believe me. I've been saying that for about 2.5 years. Oh, wait a minute, a year and a half or whatever. That he was a kid. You won't believe me. The boy is 17 now.
I mean, but this movie I'm about to talk about, you gonna understand. I was saying the cry for help with this new Bill and Ted 2020.
Oh hell.
Not saying well, he might not know about it, you know, maybe a little bit too mature for him. Like he
You
might
don't
be
want to
way
know about it.
before his time.
I wish I didn't know nothing about it.
Hey, so did you see Keanu Reeves and you know, the trailer for the new Bill and Ted that's supposed to be coming out, Bill and Ted's last musical or musical save something or face off or something about the musical. You know how they movies is. This shit
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I seen that trailer. How they were supposed to reunite the world or something, and then they went to the future to steal it from themselves.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
trailer.
that's it. You
that's
said
Bill
it.
and
You
Ted.
summed it up
What's wrong with
perfectly.
it?
Man, it's you see that's why I say you know okay,
Go
what's
watch the
wrong with
first
it?
two. Go
Yeah,
watch the first two. Then you come back and you tell us what you think is wrong with it. How about that?
I mean, what happened in it? You might as well fill it in for
Go
the people
watch
okay,
who
it,
don't know.
matter of fact, he right,
man.
Smith, he
We a
right.
spoilerific
Let me
show.
tell you
You
about Bill
might
and
as well
Ted.
tell.
This two dudes was supposed to be
They
uh
supposed to make the world peaceful in the future. That's
yeah.
all it is.
So they
Two
get
dudes that
inside a
supposed to make the world
telephone booth.
peaceful.
Now look, check this out. The whole premise was them getting inside of a telephone booth. Now, so for the people that don't know what a telephone booth is, that's the thing that Superman got into, spin around. And, oh, he don't even do that no more. Why? Because they don't even have telephone
No,
booths.
you're right. You're right that he used. Oh yeah, so they wouldn't know about it now.
Right. They don't know about the telephone booth. Now, Bill and Ted, how can you time travel inside a telephone booth when ain't no telephone booth exists no more? So
Hold on. Let's see something. Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking. Keep talking. You're
So
right. Keep talking.
with that statement, how, the whole premise of the show gonna be ridiculous because I mean, but it always was ridiculous. But the thing about it is, they get inside this telephone booth and then they travel through time. They travel to the future to get told that they gonna write the best song that's supposed to save everybody in the universe. And the same thing with the second one. Now the third one is they still haven't wrote the goddamn song, so they coming from the future to get them to write the song this time. So 20 some odd years later, they talking about how they how they dealing with being middle aged men and still got to and both of them still got to squeeze inside of a phone book to go travel through time. So that's the premise of the movie. Now we talking about John Wick, Neo coming back to play Bill and Ted. This movie better be how I feel about Chris Tucker coming back to playing Friday. This better be equivalent because them bringing out another Bill and Ted is not my forte. But they might actually have some people that's excited that for the nostalgia of Bill and Ted. Let me see if Punisher. Do you have any nostalgia? Have you seen Bill and Ted or even heard of this show before?
No, I've heard of Bill and Ted. I
Yeah.
think those movies came out when I was a kid. Like, I remember seeing it, but I don't really remember much of it. So
Oh,
there's
that's
really no
all.
nostalgia in it for me.
Right.
If y'all can see this, this is the telephone booth.
Well, I know
So we
what a
looking.
telephone booth is.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about for
we
the
see it
kids that
now.
don't know. I don't know if y'all can see it,
Yeah,
but this
we
is
can
the
see it, but
telephone
we.
stick.
Oh no, we can't see it right. You gotta make it big.
Hold on, let me see. You gotta excuse me. I'm still new with this.
But it don't matter. A telephone booth. Yeah, take your time. You can get it. A telephone booth is basically when you type in Superman or some shit like that. They probably show the scene with him running inside the telephone booth.
Oh.
Sure, someone was like Doctor Who. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Who time travel through a telephone booth or something like that.
Yeah, he does.
I never watched
He
Doctor
does.
Who, but I know of him. Yeah, but yeah, but
Yeah, but I don't know why they're bringing this back though. It's just some things that should just be left in the past. It's just
Yeah.
like Mike Myers trying to make another Wayne's World.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to. They said.
He's
Not
trying to
Wayne.
make one
Oh,
too.
not
Oh
that
yeah.
movie. But what's the name of that movie?
Austin Powers.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, don't
Oh,
do
I
it.
would take that. I like Austin Powers.
Don't do it.
I'm
I'll
good.
No,
take that.
I'm
no,
good.
I'm
The
good.
last one was okay. It was so, but I would take that over Wayne's World. That's for sure.
Yeah. I never understood Wayne's World. I seen
You don't
part.
want to. You don't want to do Party Time Excellent. Party Time Excellent.
Hmm
I mean, Wayne's World, like
Yeah, I mean, I'm confused. So,
I
so
don't know
Phil,
if y'all can see it now.
so you in a boat. If they could leave the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventures all the way, all this shit back in the past. Don't bring none of that shit back or to the future.
Yeah, they need to put it in the time in the booth right now and send it back to the 90s.
Hey, bro, there's this one nostalgia show I would like to see, and I seen some fan artwork, and I was like, you know what, this actually could work. When they were showing Robert Downey Jr. and what Tom Hollands, and they was dressed up as Doc McFly and Marty Marty McFly and Doc Brown. That's his name.
Nah, that was the whatchamacallit somebody did. Somebody did that. That
Yeah,
was
that was a
yeah,
fan
that
work.
was that. Yeah, that was some fan work. It
Yeah,
looked
that's what I
actually.
say.
It was.
I seen
It
that,
was.
but I can actually see that though.
Damn, I
That'd
need
be
to
something
figure out
I
how to
actually
make
want
some
to see. They
sound.
could
Hold on.
because you know what I'm saying, they pull off a Back to the Future, and all the thing they could do is they could fucking MCU it out with. They could go back in time and re-alter everything they did, and now they going through a whole different adventure that they got to do some extra shit. Well, all the other stuff that they did, that's canon for then, and now you got something that's occurring now where they doing some, you know what I'm saying, like they came back in time before they first selves and to get themselves the DeLorean, so that's why they look like how they look and shit. Like, you know, just do something like that where they could just bring out some just other Back to the Future movies.
Yeah. I mean, all they did was took their faces and put their faces over it. That's all they did.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked crazy though. They did a good job. I'll tell you that.
I mean, but yeah, sometimes you can see some stuff like that. But speaking about Tom Hardy being able to jump around like that, and we was talking about Spider-Man Heavy, but we didn't mention this other elephant about. And did y'all hear about Into the Spider-Verse 2 that's coming out?
Well, I haven't heard about it, but I hope that's true because the first one was actually really good. I enjoyed that one.
What movie?
Yeah,
What you say?
it's supposed to come out in
Into the
2022.
Spider-Verse, the
Yeah,
animated
Uh-uh.
Spider-Man movie.
yeah. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is got a new 2022 movie that's supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, I would like that.
So yeah, because the first one was like one of the best Spider-Man movies to this day. To be honest with you, even over the MCU movies, because to me the MCU Spider-Man movies is safe. They play them really safe. But
Yeah, I think this one's right up there with the Tobey Maguire
I
Spider-Man
mean,
movies.
I think this better than now. People might try to lynch me for this one, but Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock, I will watch Into Spider-Verse 3 times, and I watch the one with Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2 twice.
Kick me out. Kick
Every
me off
3
the
times
show.
I watch this one, I want to watch this one.
Kick me off the show. Kick me off the show. You bugging.
And,
You
wow,
bugging. You
you like
bugging.
Spider-Man
You
2?
bugging. I'm bugging. Yeah. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, it was the best Spider-Man. That was the best villain he had.
Yeah.
The best villain when he was fighting Doc Ock. That was the best. You seen how they was getting it in on the train? What I'm saying on that train, then they started to get it in on top of the building. Well, reverse it. They was getting it in on the build from the building to the train and stuff. Did you see that? Like, yo, the fighting scene. I'm like, yo, this is good. This is real good. This is real good.
But which one you think you'll watch more though?
That one.
You
Out of
watch that
all
more
of
than
them,
Into Spider-Verse? Into
I would
Spider-Verse,
watch
it
that
has
more
so
than
much stuff
yeah.
going on. It's for me, the rewatchability is trying to see all this extra shit they had going on.
I like that. I like it a lot.
But you ain't put it up there with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I put that up there with on Spider-Man 2. No, I'm saying Spider-Man 2 is to me was one of the best Spider-Man that I've seen yet. Spider-Man
Yeah.
2 with
Tobey Maguire.
Toby. With Toby.
Yeah. I mean, it's dumb. Now,
Yeah, the first two was great. Part 3 went down a little bit, but I think part 3 is better than the last two Spider-Mans that came out.
This is what but this is what I hate. This is the only thing that made me mad about Spider-Man. This motherfucker said Mary Jane through the whole damn trilogy. Mary Jane! Now, I don't know whether she heard him or not. It seemed like she did. But if she didn't, okay. But if she did, you ain't put it together like, how does dude know my name? She's not famous. How do you know your name? Like,
right.
that don't click to your head. Like, how this dude that's swinging around with web coming out his fucking hand know who I am?
I don't need billions of people, but you know who I am.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't. That never came across like this dude in his pajamas swinging back and forth, saving me, calling my name.
Yeah, but hey, think about it like this here, Flip. If I had the marriage all the Spider-Mans up, the Spider-Man, the one we have now, the one in the MCU, that dynamic he had with this new Mary Jane, I like this dynamic more than any of the other dynamics. That Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man, his Spider-Man, the way the Spider-Man was cool, but his Peter Parker, to me, it just pulled me completely out. When I seen him, he didn't look nothing like how when I picture Peter Parker at all. Nothing about him just was Spider-Man, at least in my perspective. But you know what I'm saying with that. But the Tobey Maguire.
Hold on. With that MJ, that Mary Jane, I thought that was whatchamacallit. Yeah, that was because she said her name was MJ. I thought that was whatchamacallit. Because Mary Jane is not his first. I don't know why they do that. Why they constantly does that.
Stacy,
Gwen. That's who that is. Like when they show you the other two Spider-Man movie with the other bull, the Australian guy, I think he's from Australia. I don't know where he's from. The other dude that was playing Spider-Man, yeah. It was Gwen Stacy first.
See, hey, it's that black girl. It's the black girl. Hold on. It's the black girl off of that first Spider-Man out the MCU. That was the Vulture dog.
I want to say Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy was the first on the Amazing Spider-Man. She was the first.
Yeah.
We said she was the first Spider-Man, period, in a comic book. But in the movie, she wasn't on there. But she was on that second one. What would you say it was? That's what it was called, the Amazing Spider-Man. The second one after Tobey Maguire. Yeah, I think that was her. I believe that was her.
Yeah, that was her in that one.
I believe.
But on the MCU Spider-Man is the Vulture daughter. She is Gwen. It's Gwen.
That's who that was. That was her, right?
I think that's either she supposed to be her or Black Cat. One of the two.
Are you saying that because she's black? Huh? That's what you said, Chuck. Oh, you said she's black cat because she's black.
I put all the connections together. I put the connections together.
Chuck, you should know. All this writing and we shall overcome that we're doing right now here. You really gonna pour a black car here, buddy? Really?
Hey, but think about it. She gonna be somebody because Peter Parker got her father put in prison. She already left off on a bad note with him after they was supposed to be connected. So
if they were smart, they would do that. If they were smart, they would do that.
Yeah, bring that first girl back from off the first Spider-Man.
They were smart. That makes a whole lot of sense to bring her back to see her as a villain. If they bring her back. I'm just saying.
I mean, it makes sense, but sometimes making sense is something they don't do. But with the MCU, they ain't to let me down, and I'm thinking that's where they're gonna go in that direction with Spider-Man. But say Flip, it was another topic that we had wrote down. We were supposed to bring out.
Yeah, we got a lot of topics. I forgot. What was it?
Oh no, I thought you had wrote it. I forgot it.
Nah, hold on, man. Let me look.
You talking about the Human Torch?
What about the Human Torch?
No, that's a topic Chaos came up with. Yeah, go ahead. You might as well dive into that. Oh, I see what I'm gonna do.
Oh well, there's a rumor saying that Human Torch is going to be introduced in the MCU with Spider-Man.
You think so?
No, that's a rumor.
You know, why just the Human Torch? Then? Why
Oh, it's a
not the
couple
whole
things we were
Fantastic
talking
Four?
about, Chuck.
I mean, it would make sense because Human Torch is no, that was Iceman, wasn't it? No, that was Human Torch.
No, you right. You saying it right.
Yeah, that was Human
You
Torch.
saying it
Yeah,
right. Human
Him?
Torch. People don't know. Human Torch and Spider-Man are best friends.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
And they were part of Amazing Spider-Man and Friends.
Yeah, but
He joined up. He helped them out every now and then.
That's
I
who y'all
think
think is gonna
Firestar.
play the Human Torch?
I think Firestar was one of the people.
Was that before or after she retired?
Man,
Firestar.
hold on. I don't know. You got me right that one.
Because she came back. She had retired from being a superhero, then she came back.
You about to make me look that up.
I mean, the only way out, but my thing about this here is though, Chaos, is I can see you saying that he was gonna be in Spider-Man, but from the introducing him into Spider-Man, I think he's gonna get his introduction before Spider-Man come out.
What you
But see,
What you mean?
see, that's the thing. That'd be the perfect way to introduce. Honestly, that'd be a really good way to introduce the Fantastic Four is to introduce Human Torch, because him and Human Torch are best friends. They actually had a whole show. This was even before my time, Chuck. Spider-Man, and Firestar.
Yeah, I mean that can work, but that's why I said. But the only thing about with the next Spider-Man is when it's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to people talking about the Fantastic Four is gonna be introduced to the multiverse of madness. You know, that's stuff that's coming out in the near future.
Hell, I would even say have Human Torch, Spider-Man, and Deadpool in one movie. That's gonna be a movie you will never forget.
Oh man, Chuck, we got too much stuff to talk about. Oh man, we got
We might hit a 2 hour mark, so we might got a whole load the next week.
yeah. Unless I mean, on any one of the topics.
Unless we have a
we can
special
take
episode
this.
in the morning and hop up in the morning, we get in there and do some shit.
Yeah, I'd rather do that on a Saturday. You know what? I can do it in my. You know what? We can work that out at tomorrow or later on. There's only one other topic that I think we could talk about is. Well, hold on. I'm gonna have to do the old school John. You know what I'm saying? For those who out there that don't know what this is, you don't know nothing about old school. You can't say old school. So I'm gonna do this one right here. Any, mini, miny, mo, catch a piggy by its toe. If you ever let it go, itty, minty, mighty, mo. Okay, here we go. Bam. Rumor. Beyonce playing Storm.
Oh no, man! And I was just looking at some pictures about with Storm and but it was ones with Halle Berry looking like Storm. So Punisher. What do you think about a celebrity that's not an actor being able to hold a key role as Storm? And they're supposed to say Beyonce is pushing to get this role. Do you think that'll be a good look for Storm because the fans are gonna come support her? I mean Beyonce.
Well, the fans are gonna come and support her anyway because she's Beyonce. But as far as the character Storm, I don't think that's a good look. I just can't see Beyonce being a superhero. Like it just don't. She just don't fit to me. Like I was telling Flip earlier, they need to get someone who's a little taller, who's chocolate. You know, someone that looks closer to the character that's in the comic books.
Thank you. Hey, you the same thing I was saying right there, Punisher. Thank you. Hey, I was
he did say that. He did say that.
The first storm was Halle Berry. The second storm was the girl with the mohawk. I mean, she was a little what I call bone light skin. You know that the tan or whatever he be saying. But she was, to me, they too light skinned. I want to see it like I was saying like the girl that played on Black Panther. Who that is the other girl, the one he was supposed to fall in love with.
But hey Chuck, I will tell you this. Hey Chuck, I will tell you that. I'm sorry.
Now, she would have been a good Stormy, but
listen, Chuck, I will tell you this. If you was to ask Bone or ask Lemon, they'll be like, "Why not my light skinned brother?"
I mean,
I'm telling you, dog, or my baby brother. Why not? I'm telling you, that they will say it.
I want to see
a dark.
Yeah, I need to see a dark skinned Storm, like get like a real like the girl that playing The Walking Dead, or somebody from Wakanda. But I don't want to. I don't. Oh, and then I was hearing about this.
I will say this: if she plays Storm, kiss T'Challa and Storm out of the picture. That will never happen in the MCU if they do it.
I'm talking about Beyonce.
Yeah, if Beyonce.
You know who I thought about? You know what I thought about? She kind of tall. It's this chick. She played in remember that old movie back in the day, Chuck Belly, with DMX.
Oh yeah.
The little chocolate gun John, and she also played on the HBO John TV show called A Bronx Tale when she was messing with the white boy. She was messing with. I don't know if you ever seen A Bronx Tale, which by the way,
I'm gonna go watch
it's a very good movie. Which is a very good movie because she can act. She can sing too, but she can act. Yo.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. I do, but you do know what I'm talking about. I don't know her name.
And yeah, she
can play Storm. I can see her. Dress her up, whatever, get her a mohawk. I don't even know if she's. I don't know her name. I used to get her mixed up with I used to get her mixed up with what's her name? What's old boy wife, yo? That's a football player that let his son change sex.
Oh, Gabriel Union.
Yeah, I used to get them mixed up. I don't know why. I used to get them mixed up. I'm like, ain't that the same chick? Then I looked up, I see her name.
Terrell Hicks.
Huh?
Her name was Terrell Hicks.
Oh, you looked it up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see her? I think she can pull it off. She can pull it off. She's the right complexion. She's about the right age, right? I mean, I don't know what they're trying to get. A younger Storm, older Storm? I don't know. Where we going with this? I don't know. I mean, depending on what age category of Storm that they're looking for.
According to Google, she's 45, so...
Never mind. They're not going to go for it. Forget it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Forget it. I ain't know what. I'm going to just hit mute.
But you are on the right track, though. They need to get someone similar to her. I think, like you said,
like this here. Right.
But it don't even have to be anybody famous. They could just be up-and-coming actors.
I mean, yeah, because ain't none of the people that was really famous was one of the people that they made people famous. You gotta think about it, not Robert Downey Jr., but Chris Evans and the rest of them. And then what y'all think about Storm being for Wakanda?
I mean, from Wakanda.
She was from Africa anyway. She's from Africa anyway. So I mean, she was from a village or something like that that's outside of Wakanda or something like that. That wasn't too far from Wakanda. I don't care if she's from Wakanda. Hey, put that in there. I don't care. That sounds good to me.
I don't like the fact that they talking about she from Wakanda because that's gonna change the dynamic of what Wakanda is. Like now with Storm, her tribe was never a part of Wakanda. You know, the whole they was on the outside and they had different things going on. That's where the whole dynamic from that. But if she is inside of Wakanda, all these people, you know what I'm saying, from Wakanda. If she from Wakanda, then they say, Raven the Hunter, he from Wakanda, you know, stuff like that. That would be like the
Ah, I
oversaturation.
see
Kind
where
of,
they going to, but
yeah.
well, you
See,
know what?
I but
Remember in
then
the
old
movie,
girl that
right?
his yeah, but the other
Re-
girl that he's supposed to be his
hold
love
on.
interest. Yeah.
Hold on, Chuck. Chuck, dig this. Remember when it was in the movie, right? Remember the movie, right? In the beginning of Black Panther, when they was rescued them group of people, whatever, for wherever
Yeah,
they was coming from or whatever. She could be part of their tribe. They never
right,
say
yeah,
where they was from.
tribes like that, yeah, right. I'm with
You know
that.
about the old boy that was living in the cave or somewhere.
No. That's still Wakanda. No, not the dudes from the mountain. Remember in the beginning of the movie of Black Panther. I'm sorry. Remember the beginning of Black
They
Panther
was out,
movie
they was
when it
outside
was
of
flying
Wakanda. He
back
was
to
looking at.
Africa, and they had say he was looking for his ex girlfriend, and she was down there saving them groups of people, them females and a child. That remember when he was about to hurt that little boy. Remember, he went in the airplane. He dropped down or whatever,
And
and
she
he
said, "Don't
they saved
breathe."
him or whatever. Right, and she was matter of fact, she was undercover. The chick that he was messing with was undercover.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that Punisher, and he
Yeah, I was
found
like,
them, and they were the group. Yeah, you can say Storm is part of their tribe. We don't know where they was from. You could say because you're right, Chuck. Because Storm, that wouldn't be right. Because you're right. Storm parent was the leader of their tribe, of their village or whatever, of their small city or whatever, was the leader. And I think Storm aunt took over or something like that because a relative was getting blocked off and Storm they kept switching back and forth with her story and Storm somehow I can't remember. God damn it. She somehow got lost or whatever like that. Or not I want to not kidnapped, but I forgot what it was though. But it wasn't that far from Wakanda. I know that. It was far enough. It was a great distance enough from it. But her parent and stuff was like the queen mother of that village or whatever. And I think her sister I gotta look it up again, man. I forgot what Hey Rat, where you at? Where the hell you at, man? That comment section, man. I know you got that damn comic book. Stop playing. I know you got that first issue, rap.
So chaos. What do you think about the Storm being for Wakanda? Or you think that they shouldn't do that?
That makes perfect sense. I don't see why you don't think that wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
My dynamic is her people and the people in Wakanda. They she was part of the thing where they kind of like had to join forces. So if they already together, then they don't have to join forces to do something for the greater good. It's like
Look,
it's like one of them
What
King
if
Ball
they?
power play things
look at
as well.
I'm gonna say you this.
But wait,
I'm
hold
gonna
up,
say this.
hold up for a second. But what
Yeah.
if that? What happened if that was after the fact, and part of that joining forces just ended up with them being part of Wakanda?
Yeah, but then what about the people of her tribe? You hear me?
Chaos.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I was having some technical difficulties and shit. But what you guys said, I didn't get to hear it.
No, I was saying. So what about the people of her tribe? I mean, so they just supposed to just X all of that out. They didn't have all these other stuff that's supposed to go on outside of Wakanda because Wakanda is not say all be all. It's just one little small piece. Because from what
I
I
mean,
see,
what were you about to say?
She well, this is the thing with Storm. Storm is related to royalty. That's what I'm saying. Like her tribe would have, like her mom and her pop and stuff, are royalty of that tribe. So you want them to just throw that away? Chaos.
I mean, Marvel can work their magic. I know they could. I mean, they have yet to fail to surprise me.
Or are you saying maybe her tribe was originally part of Wakanda and they had left and started
I,
their own little thing?
that can
Or
be
you
something
saying
too.
something like that?
I guess that can be something too. I'm just spreading out ideas. That's all.
I mean, I'm with it.
But don't
Well,
ever
I think what they
underestimate.
should do is
Don't ever underestimate Marvel's magic.
Y'all gonna see Beyonce being from Wakanda?
no.
Nah, let's do it that way then.
I think what they should do though is let Storm try to be from where they originally are. Something happens where their village, where their tribe gets attacked, and they run to Wakanda for help. And
That I like that.
that.
I like that. I
They
like
don't
where you're
necessarily
going.
have to be from Wakanda, but they can be like refugees or something in
Yeah.
Wakanda or something like
Well,
that.
see, you know what? You know why that sounds better than anything? Because her village did get destroyed and was attacked. So that right
So
there,
treated
yeah, I can see that. Right, I like that idea. I can see that happening. I can see that happening, and that's how she ran across T'Challa. I can, yeah.
I
I'm
thought
gonna
that
go
she
with
was
that.
the one that destroyed her village on accident.
Nah, no, it was somebody else that did it. It was somebody else that did it because she got separated because was it her sister or her aunt? I gotta look at it again. Shit, god damn it! I gotta look at it again, look it up again, and see how that played out. Cause you know they done you know how they did now. They done revamp, change the storyline. They done changed the storyline around like 20,000 times.
Hey, didn't Storm get it was something more about where she was trapped in a different in an astral plane, wasn't it? It was like a time period that she was
By the
trapped.
Shadow Master, you talking about by
Yeah.
the Shadow Master?
Right, right.
Yeah, I heard that one before. I never read the whole issue of that, but yeah, it was supposed to something like that. He's supposed to have something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe he manipulated her, and she was one of the reasons why her village got attacked again and got destroyed. I don't know. I gotta go back and look at that because they done. You know how they flip these comic books goes like a wave in the ocean crashing against each other, always changing. So I don't know.
And then she had a child that she abandoned.
There's too many characters in there like that. Because whatchamacallit was like that too. Mystique was like that.
Yeah.
Had kids and she just left them. Like it is in the comic book. You talking about deadbeat dad. What about deadbeat mom? Like in a comic book, yo, Mystique got how many kids Mystique got? What?
Man, think about all of the kids was treated like that. Everything that come through, adopted.
Yeah, because Mystique, how many children do she got? Do she only got 2 or she got more than that? Because Mystique old as hell. Her metamorphic on mutant gene allow her to stay young, age her real slow, or make her damn near immortal, as far as in look wise. Like she don't age.
Right, she could take the age and the shape that she wants.
To this day we still don't know where she's from. They never answer that question where she's from. And look how long they told us how long it took them to let us know who Wolverine was. To this day. So I mean,
the best thing we got was some uncanny story where she was young and ran into Professor Xavier. And that wasn't right. Yeah. But she probably could change.
She got 4 children.
She got 4 children. Yeah, I knew she had a couple. I don't know. Shit, maybe I don't know. Fuck it. Chaos might be right. Fuck it. Let Disney do their magic. I don't know.
And then one adopted. So was it?
Oh,
Were they
there's
count
4
the
kids. It says that there's 4 kids that we only know of,
Hmm.
and one of them, and Nightcrawler, is when she slept with Azazel.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they see what I tell you? How they be changing shit around?
Hello?
So
Yeah,
he
we
said
here.
Nightcrawler is Mystique
Yeah,
baby
the
daddy.
son
That's what
of.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, demon.
Nightcrawler is the son of Mystique and Azazel.
Oh, it's a son. Oh, okay.
So they
Yeah,
always
that's
doing some.
interesting.
They
Yeah,
always
they
do
changed
something
that
in
all
the game.
around.
Yeah, they change that around like
In
crazy.
the
So I mean,
movies,
it is
they
what it
they
is.
hinted at that not one time.
I leave it alone. So yeah, they can work their magic. I don't even care no more. Just make it good. Just do the X-Men justice. That's all I'm saying. And pick a very a well capable actor that can play as Storm.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We want to see that Chocolate Thunder.
And you can say I get one that's not even well known. Get a hungry, young, up and coming actress
Hey, but I ain't
that
gonna lie
can
though. The girl
fit the
that plays
role.
Storm, she wasn't
I
bad.
I have a problem with her. I
I ain't had a
did.
problem
Well,
with
but
her.
she didn't really have much of a role, really. Though. She was
Yeah.
kind of like in the background most of the time.
But you want to know something though? To be honest with you, through the comic book year, Thorn complexion varies. One time she black, dark chocolate. However, next thing you know, she's caramel. She wasn't light skinned, but she was going up and down. She was going one time she looked like a straight punk rocker. The next time she was all casual and stuff. A little preppy girl. Went to the little preppy school and stuff like that. Next time she looked like, looked like Medea. You know what I'm saying? A young Medea. I mean, another time they just kept changing her around. They do that with all the
With the
characters.
big '80s hairstyle.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them got like she
One
can't
time they had
always
it
keep
looking.
her with white hair. She always gonna have white hair.
All right, y'all gonna say I'm crazy for the get Michelle Obama to play Storm, to play an older Storm.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Obama.
You don't want to see Michelle Obama play Storm. She's thicker than a sticker. She's thicker than a sticker. You don't want to see Michelle Obama too.
If they do that, they got to do what they did with Logan. Then they got to go all the
We
way
could
to the
get
future.
Michelle Obama to play Storm, and get and get Rogue to be her daughter. There we go.
So your Rogue could be her daughter.
Yeah. Get Rose to be her daughter. What I said.
Hey, you might be getting some.
What you mean? You talking about? I'm just saying. Rose can pull off. You know what I'm saying? They're like, why she ain't tall like her mom? Because her mutant ability gave her the ability to change shape like morph and stuff like that. I mean, come on with some shit, man. Listen here. It's work in progress. You know what I'm saying?
They could have 'em.
You know what I'm saying? Rogue name in the movie would be Juliana. Bam.
Hell,
Bam.
I just seen something interesting while looking up how many kids Rogue has.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that,
Shit.
no, I ain't talking about that Rogue dog. I'm talking about this Rogue man. That's my lie. Yeah, I'm not talking about that Rogue. I'm talking about the actual Rogue. I'm talking about her. She could
Well,
be.
hell,
She could.
let there
She could
be
be.
a Black Rogue and have Rogue play Rogue.
Hey, Ro could actually be black too.
Which one?
Man, that's a cue that we need to get off. That's a cue that we need to get off.
Which one?
I'm just saying, hey man, you said which one? I'm just asking which one. I didn't know where you was going with this. I mean, I can see. I'm gonna make things happen. You Make some things happen. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck, you mean we can write a script for it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, yeah, I'm with it. And we're gonna write the script with the show so everybody know that been watching that the show is not over. This is what we're gonna call to be continued to next time. Y'all can tune in to the same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Time kind of varies. Anybody got anything to say before we get up out of here?
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony with a bowl of spaghetti and call it macaroni.